You're listening to 95.9 FM, KMPN Burnett, keeping him close by to Burnett, Marble Falls, and all the surrounding area. Now, from the ministries of the KHCB Network and Camp Peniel of Marble Falls, welcome to a special presentation. This 95.9 FM features the varsity football game of the week with the Burnett Bulldogs. Joined in as play-by-play announcer Mark Edmondson brings all the action and highlights of another weekend of Burnett Bulldog High School football. He is joined by Roy Kaiser in order to give all the details of tonight's contest. For those of you who want to hear the regular programming of the KHCB network, go to khcb.org and listen via the internet, or download the free KHCB app to your smartphone or tablet. Now it's time to bring you all the action of tonight's contest on 95.9 FM. So here's Mark Edmondson and Roy Kaiser.
And talk about perfect timing. It's Homecoming 2024. It is Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser, coming to you live from Bulldog Field. We are just moments away. We got football to talk about, but moments away from the crowning of the king and queen, the homecoming court being announced right now. And I'm going to just say a few things here, and we're going to get announce it live here just shortly after the announcement made here at Bulldog Field. Coach Kaiser listening closely to the announcement as the last part of the homecoming court is walking across the field. It is the Burnett Bulldogs at 3-2 for 4A D1 versus the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs out of 3 4A Division I, who are 1-4 on this homecoming night. The Bulldogs coming off of a 23-17 win over Gatesville, and then the Chiefs coming off of a 44-26 loss to Levelland last week. Again, I'm just buying time here because this is where the excitement is building, and we're about to have the announcement of the homecoming king and queen here. 2024 had a great parade last night. Enjoyed getting to be a part of that. Lots of activities, an excellent pep rally today, and the homecoming court has been announced here. We've had the beaux and the sweethearts, and we'll get to name those as the night goes on, but we are at the moment getting ready. This is almost like one of those live shows. And here it comes. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Tension builds. The king is Rhett Murray. Rhett Murray, homecoming king, and the queen will be announced momentarily. Well, this is better than like them live TV, like the Mystery Island or whatever they have on Netflix. Rhett Murray, congratulations to Rhett Murray, starting quarterback and homecoming king. Brooke Bowman, homecoming queen, Brooke Bowman. So congratulations to Rhett Murray and Brooke Bowman, the 2024 homecoming king and queen of Burnett High School. Always a fun time. It did work out just right. They announced everything, and we come on the air. So many things going on. It is a fun week. We'll talk about, and when we get to Coach Spears' show about that, sure there are some distractions, but there's always going to be distractions. But this is a lot of fun, too, and great to get the homecoming king and queen announced here. So, Coach Kaiser, will turn our attention away a little bit. The Bulldogs coming off a really good win, 2 really good wins in the last couple of games, and I think the key to it has been really strong starts. They brought a lot of energy early on, Gatesville, and with a little help of a tip pass that could have been a turnover, but Gatesville did get back in the game late. But the Bulldogs in the last 2 games finished games too, and I thought that, well, no doubt, really important. And on punts, very strange
with punts.
But 2 big wins for the Bulldogs, and they're at 3-2.
It's almost it's fun. It's been fun to watch the evolution of this team, where they started out with so many kids lost to graduation, and so they quickly tried to figure out who they were and what they do well. And it's just every week they've gotten better. Every week they've played with more and more confidence, and I expect to see the same thing tonight. You know, and part of that has been through a lot of inconsistency with the starting lineup and in the roster, with kids not being there, and so it's been fun to watch them battle through that and come through with some victories.
It really has, and they had the second week. You got to me, really, the Eastview game, just physically we weren't able to stand up to them. And I think that was a real telling point of the season, because you could get down on that. But really they saw what it was, went back, worked hard, and have come out with a great deal of energy in the game since then. And it shows on the field. And that's what they're going to have to do. And the other part with this, you can't look past this game. It's an important game. It's not going to count in district standings. But district starts next week. They don't have that bye like we've had the last few years. So this is, to me, a huge game to get prepared to continue that momentum. This is a team that the Bulldogs should beat. Last week they were not picked to beat Gatesville, and you saw that and went out and did. This is a game they are expected to win. There's going to be a lot of people expecting that, but they're going to have to play well to do it, and that's going to be important for building on next week.
Right, like the same thing that happened last week. So, and we made a point last week to note that maybe Gatesville's opponents and schedule wasn't as tough as the one that the Bulldogs have played, and I think you saw that pay off for Burnett in taking on a good named football program, but not as solid as maybe you thought they might be, just based on their record. So again, you don't want the tables turned on you, and it's homecoming, and you don't want to make a good showing for your home crowd, and so I expect the Bulldogs to come out firing on all cylinders tonight.
All right, I want to also say, okay, so you can listen to us on btxsportsonline.com. There's a link to a audio YouTube channel. Also, of course, locally. And thanks to Bruce with us tonight, 95.9 FM, KMPN. And also, we are through the video at Burnett Athletic YouTube video channel. Damon not in the booth with us tonight. He's got help with us. He's on the field, and that also segues, I think, nicely into this, because this is another neat thing. It's just so many neat things going on anyway, but it's a new organization, BCISD Education Foundation, just started, and I want to say this website, www.bcisdef.org. And they're going to have a kickoff tonight. Damon is the president of this new organization. They've already given out some thousands of dollars to teachers in grants to help them in their classrooms. And tonight's the kickoff, and young kids right now are coming onto the field. You might have to explain it a little more. Damon explained it to us. They're going to Tom Fields is going to kick to them. The one who catches it, their family is going to be Lance Gunn, who was a former All-American at Texas. He is Frito-Lay, way up there in the Frito-Lay around here, and they're going to donate a certain amount of money to the family of the kid who catches it. This could be exciting. We have all this might be more exciting than the game, and the game's going to be great.
This could be really good right here. I'm looking forward to this.
He's teeing it up. So Tom is teeing it up from the 50. We were going to go to the coach's show, but this is two, and just got a voicemail from Betty Sue Smallwood, so I hope she's listening in tonight. I hadn't got a chance to talk to her old friend there joining us tonight. So this is the BCISD Education Foundation. Again, a new organization. They've already started raising money, and go to the website. Great organization to help teachers who can apply for grants to help in their classroom. So what an awesome thing to be doing. Oh, it looks like Tom is playing it up a little bit here, shaking the leg out to get ready to kick. And again, got the directors on the field. Damon, one of those.
Of course, Tom Field is the son of Andy.
Yes.
Longtime school board president, and just an overall fantastic man.
Wow.
Served Burnett so well for so many years.
And Tom was a kicker on those teams back in the early 2000s. Damon waving the sign. We're still talking here in the stadium. We've got plenty of time. We've got to make sure.
There's the check, Mark.
Oh, yeah,
can you read that? Is it 500 or is it?
I think that's.
No, that says.
That's a big check either way. And the number, I'm not sure how much from here. I don't want to lie. But that is, again, so in the name of the family, these $500, thank you. $5,000.
I thought it said 1,000, but I didn't want to read.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So whoever the kid, the young person who catches this, their family will get a donation to this fund in their name through the foundation. That's awesome. From Frito-Lay.
Can we pause this and I can get my youngest son who's in college to run out there real quick? He might have a chance.
What a great, again, the community coming together. This is $5,000 to. Again, then teachers can apply for grants, and they've already given out some. I know Damon said that's already happened, but that will be a continuing thing. So this is the $5,007 $70
and
38 cents.
38
Every
cents.
bit matters. But again, this is a new organization within. I want to go to the coaches show, but I don't want to miss this. And again, our king and queen tonight, Brooke Bowman and Rhett Murray. I tell you what, we're going to have to go. We'll do the coaches show. We want to make sure Coach Spear is heard. And then when we come back, we'll describe the activities that happened. But again, great night. So we'll take a break, go to the Coach Spears show. It is Burnett Bulldog football, the Bulldogs versus the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs on Homecoming 2024. Again, Homecoming Queen Brooke Bowman, Homecoming King Rhett Murray. We'll be back after this timeout on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMPN 95.9 FM.
Do you know what famous person was the first to say, "No pain, no gain"? He was from Philadelphia, but he didn't play for the Phillies or the 76ers. His team was the Founding Fathers, and his name was Benjamin Franklin. He actually said, "There are no gains without pains." But he may have been quoting an ancient Latin proverb that said, "What is worthwhile needs to be difficult." You know, the New Testament says something similar about Jesus Christ. It says, "He learned obedience through the things he suffered." If Jesus had to swap pain for gain, we should be willing to as well. This is David Jeremiah, encouraging you to get on the road to new life. Discover God's way to benefit from pain on Route 66.
Route 66, driving the word home. Log on to Route66Life.com. Start your journey home today.
All right, I've got to bring it back up. A great kick, a little short, but hit, knocked up in the air, and returned for a touchdown by one of the young men, and everybody chasing. So a great moment for the new, again, the BCISD Education Foundation. Now we'll have the coach, Ben Spears Show on BTXSportsOnline.com, KMPN 95.9 FM. It's week number 6 in the Coach Ben Spears Show, head coach of the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are 3-2 after a 23-17 win over a tough Gatesville team. Please share your thoughts on the game.
We were just really pleased with the boys. Just coming out and playing physical. We were worried about Gatesville and the running game and their O-line. They're very, very solid up front, big and strong, and of course their back he's just as good as advertised, and so we were really pleased. What can you say? How it started when they throw an interception on the first play, and I don't know what their thinking was, but I sure appreciated it. It's just one of those things. You're like, is that because they didn't think they could run the ball, or is it they're just trying to be tricky or a little too cute? You wonder about those things, but hey, we'll take it. It's good to have a break come our ways once in a while, but you're starting to learn a little bit more about our team, ourselves, and I think once they decided that, man, if we could just hunker down and do our jobs, we could be pretty good. And I think that defensively that came out real well. With the game plan that we set forth on them, and those guys just executed it from, our outside linebackers with Coach Jay to safeties, with Coach Levens to Coach Carvey on the defensive line. Those guys did an awesome job of just we're keeping it simple, and this is who we are, and we're going to go ahead and try to spill the running back, and then everyone else is just going to keep coming in ways and clean them up when they can and they get there. And as you saw, Mark Friday, he's a tough guy to take down, and and that's why it was important. And we preached that all week, that you got to keep coming, because chances are that just one guy's not going to do it. And they took that to heart, and I'm just tickled to death in the way it turned out. And guys on offense were able to execute when needed. And it's a good win for us. It's a good, solid win, and it's one of those wins I think you see on paper that you're like, man, they're not supposed to win it. We were picked in both polls to lose, but that's okay. They can keep picking against us, and kids are getting better, and we're excited about that.
Well, I'm going to add that I thought you talked about in weeks past the pursuit, and y'all did that very, very well, and it showed as we said several times, 6, 7, 8 players going after him, and that made a huge difference upstart. It is the final game before district starts and past the halfway point of the regular season. Share a little bit about what you've learned about this team, as you started to mention, with district play on the horizon.
Well, one thing I've learned is, we're definitely not where we want to be. We're in the middle of a climb, and we're not 100%. We still got guys coming back every week, and we're getting there. We're getting close to what we thought we would look like starting out in preseason, and just getting these guys back in certain positions and hopefully getting more and more on the field and not just playing the same kids over and over again. You can see the kids you trust, and so that's coming to play. I'm really starting to lean on some of these seniors who are really just taking this leadership role or captain role to heart and understanding what it means to be a captain, what it means to be a senior, the sense of urgency. This is my team, this is our season, and they're really being more vocal. And it goes back to our model, be the one. And and it's exciting to see that part. And the football stuff is great too, because we're starting to get a little better at all the little things and trusting one another. But I think the senior leadership is right on par where we need to be moving forward and preparing us for district.
The Bulldogs face the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs this week, a new opponent for the Bulldogs. What can you tell us about the Chiefs?
Well, the Chiefs are struggling right now. They've got some young players, some sophomores that will be playing. They've got some talent sprinkled in certain areas. They've had a switch and change at quarterback. Their original starter was hurt with the leg injury. I believe it was a knee injury. And so they've got a young guy, a sophomore, who's been trying to be that guy for them, and he's going to be pretty good down the road, but he's still learning, try to play up the speed with them. And I think they're a well coached group with what they have, and they're going to give us their best shot, and they're excited. Talk to their coach, they're excited about playing in a different area. A lot different between San Angelo and West Texas and the South Plains, and that's where they've been playing. So they get to come out here east and get to see a little bit of green trees and some water. So they're excited about something different as well, and a change for them. But Mark, it comes down to us. We've got to get better. We've got to play 4 complete quarters, and we need that with a sense of urgency that we know how to start and how to finish heading into district. Don't want to jump ahead too much and talk about the purple guys down south, but it is about us getting better. And it's kind of hard when you see you can't really just lie to the kids and tell them how great they are. We've got to play our best, but you got to have several things. There are games you're supposed to win, and that doesn't change your plan. It doesn't change the way you execute, the way you show up and play, and you play hard, and they're going to come out and give us their best shot. And if they feel like they can hang around, we're going to be struggling to get in front of them and play. So I told the starters, your number one job this week is you got to go out and get that guy behind you in. How quick can you get that second string guy behind who's been working and repping just as much as you have all fall camp and everything? How quickly can you get him in the game for some time that he deserves? And I tell the other guys, and when you get your chance, your opportunity to finally play a spot that you think you deserve a starting role, you better show. You better be ready. You better be tuned in. You better know the plays called and what we're going to go with and what we're doing. Or you're just proving us as coaches right that you're not ready for that role yet. Or maybe you're going to open our eyes and say, yeah, he can make a hand here. And so it's a good week for us in many ways, and we just hope we've done enough in practice to get them prepared and ready, and we'll see that tomorrow night, hopefully.
Well, I always have to bring it up. It's homecoming, and it comes with some added distractions. Just your thoughts on how you balance all that goes on in a week like this.
The important thing for these boys is and we started last Saturday talking about, yes, the distractions. It can be a distractions. The whole week is, and there's something for every day. Fortunately for us, Monday we were out of school, so it was just about football Monday morning. And you get into this week 6 and the week 5, and there's a lull and there's a drag. Everyone from coaches to kids are they're ready for that bye week. They're ready for a week off. We don't got one coming for a while, and so it's important for us to kind of change up the schedule a little bit, show something different, something more flexible that the kids can get excited about and not just get caught in the mountain. This is what we do on Monday. This is what we do on Tuesday, and change it up a little bit. And that Monday gave us that. We did everything in the morning and we're finished with it before our teacher meetings. And that gave them the rest of the day off. And then it gave the rest of the day to their coaches to work on things in the classroom and get prepared for the next 6 weeks. And of course, they were done a little bit earlier than normal as well. So those things help. Other things going on, there's distraction. You just have to constantly remind the boys that homecoming is great. It's fantastic. But in the end, everybody's going to ask one question. Well, did we win the game? And we've got to take care of that's our part. And that's our main focus. From the parade today to everything else, those things are fun and it's exciting to be a part of a small community and where everyone comes out and want to see those things and be a part of it. And it's important, okay? But it's also important to us to be focused and practice because distractions are coming. District, next week will be a different distraction, okay? Opening district and going down there and playing them. And then the week after that, it's another one. It's a big game against the Blue Guys here. Then we're on the road to Brownwood. Then we've got a bye week. That's always distraction. Then we got number 1, number 2 team in the state coming. So every week there's going to be some sort of distraction, and it's important for these kids to learn how to deal with it, and these seniors and our senior leadership and our captains to be on top of it too. It's every week's a distraction, so we've got to learn how to handle it, and they're only going to get bigger from here on out.
Thank you, and as always, good luck.
Thank you.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. Thanks to Coach Spears. As always, just such great stuff. Love getting the chance to let him visit and talk about the team. And we're going to go right into neither team. The Lakeview has come on the field. Bulldogs not through the tunnel yet. We'll get the starters first for the Bulldogs. At quarterback, Rhett Murray. Also, I can throw this in again, homecoming king, Rhett Murray, as starting quarterback for the Bulldogs. At running back, Josiah Coronado. The receivers, Matthew Williams, Marcus Pimentel, Riley Hallett, tight end, and Colt Stanford also at a receiver. The offensive line, Ellis Starkey, Brandon Westbrook, Jonathan Ryder, Nathan Torres, Johnny Sharon on the offensive line. And you have our defensive starter.
Yeah, the 3-4, what has turned into be a stingy defense for the Bulldogs. 2 defensive ends, Holden Valdez and Riley Howe, do a solid job of anchoring the ends. The nose tonight will be Evan Joyner. And the middle linebackers, the 2 middle linebackers are the 2 leading tacklers for the Bulldogs. The will linebacker is Chris Kastner at 8.4 tackles per game. And the Mike linebacker, Alejandro Ochoa, at 7.6 tackles per game. Outside linebackers, the 3rd leading tackler is Noah Billick at 6.2. And outside linebacker, Trevin Park. The cornerbacks, Aiden Sanchez, Jordan Jones, and the safeties, Lou Laidler, Colt Stanford.
All right, again, and as Damon came back into the booth, I wanted to congratulate him again. As the Bulldogs come on the field, we got to talk about the Education Foundation. What a neat thing and a fun event to get to see here to start again on homecoming night, the kickoff event. Of course, homecoming king, Rhett Murray, homecoming queen, again was don't tell me, I wrote it down and then it went out of my head. Tell me who, quick. Brooke. Get me in trouble here.
Got me in trouble.
I've got it too.
Good.
You're supposed to. You're the analyst. Brooke Bowman. Brooke Bowman and Brett Murray, king and queen. So thank again for all the help getting to know that. We're going to have the beaux and sweethearts as the night goes on. Might have to wait till halftime, but we will introduce those as well. So homecoming 2024. Let's get you the starters for the Lakeview offense. At quarterback, a sophomore, Christopher Albizo. Running back, Samuel Ramirez. Both teams now on the field. Wide receivers, Francisco Ramirez, Christian Esparza, also Calvin Whitfield, and their leading receiver, Braylon White. The offensive line, Trey Henry, Sebastian Heredia, Connor Williams, Jay Roman, and Misael. I'm going to have to double check that, but it's Rodello. And I'll let you go ahead, Will, then we can do that.
Defensively for the Chiefs in the 3-4, the two ends, Ty Skelton and Damian Luna, and the nose tackle, Rowley Roman. Linebackers, inside linebackers, Abram Rivera, Isaac Monreal. Outside linebackers, Christopher Alviso, Christian Esparza. And the secondary, cornerbacks, Daniel Munoz, Kentrell Johnson. Safeties, Isaac Torres and Francisco Ramirez.
I'll let you get their captains as ours go onto the field as well. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be Chris Kasner for the Bulldogs, along with Jonathan Ryder. It is also Marcus Pimentel and Rhett Murray, though the four captains for the Bulldogs.
For the Chiefs, number 1, Francisco Ramirez. Number 3, Samuel Ramirez. Number 7, Austin Perez. And number 55, Adrian James. And 70, Trey Henry.
So, again, it's homecoming 2024. The Bulldogs are at 3-2 on the season. San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs at 1-4. Bulldogs start district next week in Marble Falls. On the road, it's a 7:30 kickoff, so no bye this year. It's been several years where we had that chance to rest before district started. Won't this year. The Chiefs won the toss, but they declined, so they're going to want their defense on the field first, and Lakeview will kick off to the Bulldogs to get started. We're going to take one last break here but just some last-minute thoughts. The Bulldogs homecoming, a lot of stuff going on, but right now, got to get down to business and get a win.
We've got a great crowd tonight, a lot of alumni here, and I like the fact that the Bulldogs are getting the ball first in this game. You know, it worked to our favor the last time, in the last game, the Gatesville game. And so I think tonight's going to be good for the Bulldogs to go down, score early, and score often. All
right, you're listening to Burnet Bulldog Football on BTXSportsOnline.com. Thanks to Chad Nelson, as always, and KMPN 95.9 FM.
From the files of Unshackled, Pacific Garden Mission presents Free Indeed.
In some respects, I led a privileged childhood. I grew up in a rural Iowa town with good schools and recreation programs. I was one of the oldest of 9 children, but we always had enough of everything. Our lifestyle came at a price, though. Dad worked on a rail yard, but had a series of other odd jobs to provide for us. Some of my siblings earned extra income tasseling corn over the summer, and we all worked hard around the house, picking vegetables, pickling them for the winter, and helping Mom bake bread and do all the household chores. With so much work to be done, we had little time to socialize with friends. The only day off we had was Sunday, when we all worshiped together as a family. My oldest sister began to resist my parents' strict rules. She moved out, so I began to absorb more responsibilities caring for my younger siblings. My mother sank into a depression and suffered from headaches. I began to doubt myself, as well as the faith I'd once accepted without question. After speaking with older Christians and praying for guidance, I learned that it's normal to doubt faith, and that questioning things can help us find answers that make our faith even stronger. I've learned that everyone needs a Savior to give them peace of mind and to protect them from the darkness in their hearts. I'm Madeline Nelson. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
If you would like to be free from the weight of sin by receiving Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, or maybe you have questions about it, call 1-888-NEED-HIM right now. Free Indeed is a production of Pacific Garden Mission, 1458 South Canal Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60607. Email unshackled@pgm.org.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back live.
Lakeview is a part of the San Angelo School District, Mark, and they get here tonight with a 1-4 record, losing to Fort Stockton 27-30, losing to Snyder 34-40, beating Lamesa 55-42, and losing to Lubbock High School 13-31, and Levelland High School 26-44.
Bulldogs will receive the opening kickoff. Lou Laidler and Colt Stanford back deep for the Bulldogs. See who kicking off here for the Chiefs. San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs. First time I know that we've ever played them, so.
I think you're right, Mark. I've been here 23 years and we've never played.
And I
Lakeview.
know in the 19 years of calling, we have not. So
Isaiah Rios
to kick off for the Chiefs. Appreciate you joining wherever it might be, and it is a line drive kick with pretty good leg. Goes into the end zone, bounces at the back, and we're underway. Thank you for listening to us on BTXSportsOnline.com or KPN 95.9 FM, and again, our audio feed going through the Burnett Athletic YouTube video channel at all home games. We appreciate that as well. So the Bulldogs will start at their own 25-yard line with the first possession.
Rios put that on a rope, Mark.
He did.
That ball didn't land until it got to the letters of the end zone. And we've seen some really good kickers. If you've been watching the NFL this year, there have been multiple 50-yarders.
Yes.
Very impressive.
We won't talk about the fact that I played fantasy football and the Cowboys, Aubrey, was on a roll till he missed one. It was my fault. He was on my fantasy team. Trip receivers to the left. Coronado in the backfield with Murray. He's going to swing it out to him. Pass is too strong. Had blockers out in front, but not a good pass. Incomplete. It'll go 2nd and 10. He was going to have some room to run.
He might have gone the distance on that one, Mark. There was the receivers had done a good job of sealing off the cornerback, and he was going to run for a while.
But the pass incomplete. 2nd and 10. Just underway. 7 seconds gone here. Game number 6 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, short side of the field. Murray gets the snap, going to hand it off to Coronado up the middle, finds some space, breaks a tackle, bounce to the outside. He's got room down the sideline, the 40 at the 50, still on his feet, past midfield all the way to the 41-yard line into Lakeview territory. Let's see, I think they're going to give it the 42-yard line. And that'll be a 33-yard gain. 33-yard gain, 1st and 10. Bulldogs are at the line. Coronado with the carry. Nicely done. Good blocking.
Great way to start the running game.
1st and 10. They swing it out past to Coronado. This time he catches it in space, and he'll get down to the 30-yard line, taken down hard, but not before another first down. He'll gain 12 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10. That on the swing pass. It was almost a lateral.
That referee gave him 2 extra yards he probably shouldn't have gotten. But
rolled to the 28. All right. 14-yard gain. I'll take it. 1st and 10 from the Lakeview 28. Murray has Coronado to his right. Trip receivers left. Stanford goes in motion. Murray gets the snap. He's going to look deep middle to Stanford, and it's short. Incomplete. Stanford came open inside. He got inside the defender, but that throw was low by Murray. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
Yeah, he had him over the middle, and if he'd have thrown that accurately, he probably would have scored. Just missed him.
So 2nd and 10 from the Lakeview 28-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the first quarter. Homecoming 2024. Coronado in the backfield with Murray on 2nd and 10. They show blitz. They hand it off to Coronado, makes one man miss, and then is taken down near the 20. I think they give him maybe the 22-yard line, a gain of 6. Long 5, short 6, bring up 3rd and 4.
Really nice job blocking in the front.
So 3rd and they say 5 here in the stadium. I'm calling it a short 4. Mr. Moore. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Murray gets the snap. Gonna throw out in the flat. Catch is made by Pimentel. Gets around 1 defender, still on his feet inside the 10. He'll have a 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line. See where they end up marking it. That would be a 14-yard gain to Pimentel, and they do mark it at the 8, 1st and goal.
Really good route by Marcus, and a very accurate throw by Murray. Put it right on him. And I like what Marcus did. He got a few more yards with extra effort.
Coronado to the right of Murray. Trip receivers to the left on 1st and goal from the 8. Murray to throw. Has time. In the middle of the field. Catch is made at the 4. I believe that's Williams. It is Williams with the catch at the 4-yard line. A gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and goal from the 4.
Nice route there by the receivers. Pimentel took his man inside and then broke to the pylon, and Murray just didn't see him, or he would have had a touchdown.
I look to the sideline, get the call. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Williams by himself. Coronado to the left of Murray. 2nd and goal from the 4. Sends a man in motion. Snap to throw. Middle of the field and trying to get it to Howell. It's incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 4. A lot of congestion in there. A lot of hands in there. He tried to zip it in, but it comes incomplete. 3rd down and 4.
A lot of congestion and really a nice job defensively. I think that young man never did turn around, but the defense was pretty tight right there, Mark.
So 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Bulldogs trying to get the first score on the board. Coronado to the right of Murray. 2 receivers to the right. Murray in shotgun. Going to hand it off to Coronado. Lowers the shoulder. Can he get in? No signal yet. They're saying down at the 1, inside the 1. A gain of 3 to the 1-yard line. Bulldogs, I've got to believe, are going to go for this. It'll be 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line. Bringing in the big package here. We got Noah Billick checking in. Also, Alejandro Ochoa. Murray is checked out. Pimentel is in quarterback. 4th and goal from the 1. Pimentel gets the snap. He runs to the right side. He follows his blocker, steps in. 1-yard touchdown run for the Bulldogs. Marcus Pimentel with good blocking up front gives the Bulldogs a 6-0 lead with the extra point to come. He ended up never even getting contact. That big package on the right side, they paved the road.
They really did. Marcus just followed it and found the seam to turn up right behind Ochoa. In between Ochoa and Coronado. Mark, great job blocking.
Marco Campos worked to attempt the extra point. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. Plenty of leg. It's good. We're taking a break. 8:37 to go in the first quarter. Homecoming. The Bulldogs 7. The Lakeview Chiefs 0 on BTXSportsOnline.com. KMPN 95.9 FM.
Do you believe that there's no such thing as absolute truth? We live in a world where more and more people believe that we get to define truth as we please, as long as it doesn't hurt one another. Some claim you can define truth any way you want, except if it disagrees with their definition. God's Word gives us what our Creator tells us is truth and what's best for us. If you want to learn more about how to tap into God's truth, call us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. Coach Kaiser, good start for the Bulldogs.
Great start, and the offensive line did a fantastic job blocking either the pass or the run, and Coronado carries it 3 times for 49 yards, Mark, and then Pimentel's 1-yard touchdown run to cap it off. Bulldogs
will kick off. Well, we already saw their kicker kick it deep, and we know we've seen over the last few weeks what Marco Campos Huerta has been able to do. So Huerta to tee it up. No football yet, so
no, gotta have one of those.
8:37 to go, first quarter. Again, congratulations to Brooke Bowman and Rhett Murray, the homecoming queen and king, Burnett High School 2024.
Couldn't have selected 2 finer young folks. They're really good kids.
And again, we'll mention the Bows and Sweethearts, all the organizations, and last night at the parade, it was fun to get to be a part of again. 7-0, fun to get that lead after the opening drive.
We've seen Rhett on the field tonight, but Brooke Bowman runs cross country, and they have district on Tuesday.
So many things going on. The kick a little shorter from the end zone at the 3 and returned from there by San Angelo. Runs into a wall, but still on his feet, but lost yardage. Back to the 21, 22-yard line. Let's see where they end up spotting it. Bulldogs lead 7-0. And San Angelo's offense will be on the field for the first time. They'll start at their own 22.
Trevin Park ended up bringing down the ball carrier.
So San Angelo, the quarterback, is Christopher Alviso.
And they will throw it, Mark. I think they like to run a lot of deep patterns and just look for the home run on any given play.
He has 14 touchdowns, but also 8 interceptions. A sophomore has a running back to his right, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. That's the short side of the field. And they hand it off on first down, and Billick had none of that. I believe that was Noah Billick who came through, and it was a loss of about 3 to the 19-yard line. He just swallowed up the running back.
Right, similar offense to what the Bulldogs are running, and Noah just ran right through that line.
So 2nd down and 13 from the 19-yard line. Clock runs at 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead 7-0. Alviso in shotgun. He's going to throw. Has a little time now. Billick comes, and I think Billick
got him
again. Now, it ended up being somebody else. I think
50.
Billick got there, and then 52.
Colt Johnson.
Yes, finished him off. Another loss. That goes as a sack down to the 16-yard line. A loss of 3 more. 2 plays minus 3 on each, and it's 3rd down and long at the 16.
I think the Bulldogs have seen enough video maybe on this offensive line that they are just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback.
Ramirez is the running back in pistol formation on 3rd and long. Now they have another back, low snap. He's going to swing it out in the flat to that running back who circled behind, and he got there. Nope, it's another loss, I think. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That was the best gain of that series. I think they left it at the 16, and it'll bring up 4th down and long, and they'll punt.
Well, Trevin Park sniffed that one out and made a great tackle really from behind the receiver and spent no time at all on the ground, jumped right up and ran 40 yards to his spot to receive the punt.
And he is back at his own 43 or 44-yard line. Punter for the Chiefs stands at the 5-yard line. Snap is back, and he does get it away, but barely. And it's returned up at the 29-yard line. One of the Bulldogs saw it coming in, and I'm not sure who caught that. But it was in the air for a short way, and one of the Bulldogs said, well, I'll take that, and returned it to about the 25. Where are they at now?
I think the Bulldogs are going to keep this ball, Mark, but we had a penalty in the backfield.
In the backfield, yes.
They called running into the kicker. Not a personal foul, I don't believe.
Let's see. I see the flag now. I didn't see it.
Unless
we were close. I wasn't sure if we didn't tip it, but I don't think we did, but it was a bad kick. It is the 5-yard variety, which puts them up to the 22-yard line.
I think the Bulldogs.
So still in punt formation. They're probably not real excited about punting it again.
Mark, I think the Bulldogs got away with one there.
This one does get a much better kick, but going to be returned from Park from his 40. Past midfield, still on his feet. Kind of slips there at the 45, 44-yard line of San Angelo. So they forced the punt. The penalty gave them 5 yards. They kick it again. Did get some yardage out of it, but they do mark it right at the 45-yard line of Lakeview. So the Bulldogs great field position to start their second drive, leading 7-0, 6:14 to go here in the first quarter.
Bulldogs pretty lucky there, Mark. They ran into the punter. And they called running into, but the punter had his leg up, and when to me that's the intent of the call is to protect that young man, and may have gotten away with one there.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They start at the San Angelo Lakeview 45-yard line. Murray has Coronado to his left. We've got trip receivers to the left on 1st and 10. Empty backfield. Coronado goes out in motion. Pass left side to Williams, up for grabs, and that one hung up there. Pretty good coverage down the field by number 21, Kentrell Johnson. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Williams on the outside. 2nd and 10.
I agree. Let's try to get it to Williams. He's a pretty spectacular receiver. Has really good hands, and once he catches the football, Mark, he's hard to bring down. But two defenders right there, and it had to be a perfect pass to get it to him.
I'm still one. I'd like to throw to somebody more open than that as much as Williams.
Well, that's what yes, I agree.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Murray in shotgun, sends a man in motion. Going to throw it out to that man, Stanford. He's got to try to get to the edge, cuts inside. Nice move. He's down the sideline, the 30. At the 20, still on his feet, lowers his shoulder. What a great run after the catch. It was in the backfield, and Stanford takes it all the way down to the 17-yard line of Lakeview. So it ends up being, 28-yard gain. Took me a little bit to do the math. 28-yard gain, 1st and 10.
What a great move by Stanford.
It was.
Once he caught the football, just quick feet.
Yeah, he just had the defender standing still. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Murray hands off to Coronado, has room on the left side, pulling a defender, still on his feet, and then he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 9 on the run. It'll be 2nd down and 1 at the 9-yard line.
58 yards in this early game for Coronado on the ground.
Murray has Coronado to his right, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Williams. Howell is the up back. They hand it off to Coronado. Nice move inside the 5, trying to get a little extra yards. He'll be knocked down at the 4, picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. That'll bring it up 1st and goal from the 4. Bulldogs driving. 5:36 to go. First quarter. Homecoming 2024. Bulldogs lead 7-0.
I really like watching Coronado run, Mark. He's so shifty and can change directions really quickly.
He's to the left of Murray. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Williams. Howell goes in motion. Going to hand it off to Coronado. He's going to have room to the right side. A 4-yard touchdown run for Josiah Coronado. Bulldogs lead 13-0 with the extra point to come. Murray had a little fake pass over the middle. Coronado went to the right side, never touched into the end zone. Really great wall set up by the blockers.
Well, in that time, Coronado showed his speed, had to outrun one defender, and he did. Had green grass all in front of him.
Campos worked to attempt the extra point. The snap is back. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. We'll take a break. 5:13 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs 14. The Lakeview Chiefs nothing on BTXSportsOnline.com. KMPN 95.9 FM.
Need some real hope? Here's Pastor Jeff Shreve.
Before God created the church, he created the family. Now, a family is designed to be a unified, close-knit team, with dad acting as head coach and mom acting as assistant coach. And when team family is led well, all the team members flourish in a safe and healthy environment. Debbie and I took our roles seriously. I led and she helped me. I loved her and she respected me, and together we raised our children in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Now, was it easy? No, but it was so worth it. And God blessed our marriage and our family as we sought to do things His way, and He'll do the same for you. Now that's real hope.
And you can find that real hope when you visit FromHisHeart.org.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. Bulldogs 2 drive, 2 touchdowns. They're showing all the things we'd hope they show here early.
And it has worked out for the Bulldogs that the Chiefs deferred and gave the ball to Burnett, and we've capitalized 2 times.
Campos worked to the kickoff. Bulldogs leading 14-0 here from Bulldog Field. Beautiful night for football. This line drive kick is going to be returned from the 2-yard line by the Chiefs up to the 15. Big hit at the 16 and knocked backwards there. Great job on special teams again by the Bulldogs, and that has been strong these last few years. And I'm almost certain it had to be Chris Castro,
the leading tackler for the Bulldogs.
He just gets there and finds a way.
He doesn't just make all his tackles on defense. He can return. That defender really Castro was able to really grab him and pull him down. Just a lot of strength on that play.
18-yard line is where they'll start their second drive. Snap back. They're going to hand it off on the left side and get a positive gain. That was Ramirez with the carry, and he'll take it out to about the 22-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Maybe get 3. I think they gave him the 21-yard line. Second down and 7 for the Chiefs. 4:43 and counting here in the first quarter. Again, the quarterback, Alviso, to throw. And he is going to be pulled down again. Didn't have time. Bulldogs just not giving him any time in the backfield, and that's another loss. Only one play has been for positive yards. And that one goes back to the 15-yard line. That's a loss of 5 or 6.
That's
sorry.
Demetrius Taliaferro. I don't know that we've called his name very much this year.
He got in
Great
there
tackle.
and took him down.
Yes, he did.
Third down and 13 from the 15-yard line. Snap back, throws deep left side, has a man, and the catch is made. We allowed the receiver to get past number 11. That's their leading receiver, and it's what you said. They kind of go all or nothing. He's averaging 99 yards a game. He got about a third of that there, Braylon White, as he catches it. Bulldog defender let him get past him, and they get to the 47-yard line on Burnett territory. That's a 38-yard gain.
That's the connection that they want. Alviso to White, and like you said, 99 yards a game.
1st and 10 this time. Alviso gets pummeled. Oh, my. He ran it, and he tried to find a little room. The Bulldogs are – was that 10? Yeah, it was 10. Alviso with it.
Well, Marcus Pimentel shot through there and was blocked outside, which forced Alviso inside where Colt Johnson wasn't having it and brought him down.
Wasn't having it's the right way to put that. A loss of 3 to 2nd and 13. Alviso, Ramirez to his right, snap back, looks to throw. He throws deep on the right side this time, and it's caught this time by number 1. That's all they do, the sideline. But the Bulldogs defenders have got to understand that and not – that was 1 this time,
that
not
was
11.
1, Francisco Ramirez.
And he goes to the 12. They're just throwing it up deep, and we've got to get there. Good passes to the sideline. That's what they practice. But they do have a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Alviso's very accurate up the sideline, and Mark, they look like they've got a little bit of speed in those two positions. The Bulldogs are going to have to contend with that.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the Burnett 12. Lakeview sends a man in motion. Throw it out in the flat, and nowhere to go. This time that Ramirez gets tangled up. Most of their plays, except for the 2, have been negative plays. That's a loss of yardage back to the 16-yard line.
Well, you can't throw it deep every single play because the defense is going to know it's coming. But they don't have. Well, they don't have much else.
Every other one.
My point is they don't have much else going on.
No, everything else has been backwards. So 2nd down and 14 from the 16-yard line. Alviso. And with a pistol formation, ball doesn't get back to him. He picks it up, though. He starts to roll. He's looking to run, and then he sees that's not going to work out well, and he is hit hard. Bulldogs are hitting hard, and the speed of the Bulldog defense shows there. And he did get a couple of yards, but he did pay for it again. Bulldogs, really the pursuit is great here this evening. He gets to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Bring up 3rd and 12.
That's Kastner again, just a punishing tackle.
It looked like he had room, but the quarterback just doesn't have the speed to get away from the Bulldogs there to the side, and he knew it too. 3rd and 12. Alviso to throw. Has time, middle of the field, and had a man briefly. It's incomplete, but down the seam that time. And tried to get it to Whitfield. Fortunately, they didn't connect. There are flags down here. Let's see what this is.
I might have hit the quarterback late based on where that flag is laying.
Yep, it looks against the Bulldogs.
Yep, that's what it
So
was.
that's half the distance, but an automatic 1st down at the See, they mark it at the 7. So a big penalty against the Bulldogs. It was about to be 4th down. Instead, it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Yep.
So Alviso at quarterback. Ramirez to his right. Snap back. Going to keep it himself and broke 2 tackles. And he's got room to the 5, and he's going to not score. Maybe he is. That was a crazy play. They don't give him the goal line, but he got to the 1. He should have been taken down for a loss, and the Bulldogs just ran past him a couple of times, and he missed another tackle, too, or made one miss, then got all the way to the 1. Then all of a sudden there was 15 people there trying to push him in, but there'll be a 2nd and goal at the 1.
He broke 5 tackles, Mark, or he evaded 5 defenders to get
for 5
down
yards.
To the 1. Yeah.
Alviso in shotgun. Ramirez to his left. 2nd and goal from the 1. Man goes in motion. It's going to be Alviso again, and it looked like he slid down before he did. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. He didn't lower the shoulder to get into that one.
Well,
he saw him coming, and I understand.
That looks like a young man who's been hit 4 or 5 times really hard, and he did.
That's just tonight.
Right.
That's just his drive. So 3rd and goal from the 1. Well, don't look at me. I'd have been going the other direction. So 3rd and goal from the 1.
Well, the Bulldogs have put themselves in this position.
Yep.
They've got to see if they can get out of it.
Ramirez is the running back to the right. Alviso at quarterback. Almost about to run out of time. They're going to call a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here because the play clock was running down. Wait, or is that the quarter? I was looking at the play clock. It is the end of the first quarter. So we are going to take a break. We'll come back to a 3rd and goal. Bulldogs at the end of 1. Homecoming night 2024 lead Lakeview 14-0 on BTXSportsOnline.com. KMPN 95.9 FM.
If you've ever watched any of the talent shows on television, you see people doing almost anything for attention. What are you doing to get noticed? Whose attention are you seeking? Will that really fulfill you? There is one person that changes all of that, and it's Jesus. He loves you and has a hope and purpose for your life. If you want to learn to have a personal relationship with Jesus, then call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us online at chataboutjesus.com.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. Bulldogs lead 14-0, but they gave up some big plays, and it's something that, you got to be wary of. We've seen this team scored some points. They had to know that was coming a bit, but they still got to defend it.
The Bulldogs scored 2 touchdowns in a row, opened up a 14-0 lead, and had a 4th down. We could have really flipped this game.
You know what? We didn't change quarters. We're on the end. They did call timeouts. 3 seconds on the clock because we're on the same end.
But the clock did go to 0, Mark. So
yes,
I was with you.
Snap back. No, they faked it. I don't know. It was the snap never got back, and I think the Bulldogs got the fumble. They did. Pimentel comes up with it. The ball never got back to the quarterback, and I'm going to hate to tell you that we're not going to take another break. We're going to the 2nd quarter. So the clock did run down to 0, but when we come back, it was a timeout. 3 seconds on the clock. The snap does not get back. Marcus Pimentel falls on it. Bulldogs recover it as the clock goes to the end of the first quarter. So we're going to move ends, but we're going to keep it here. Bulldogs will have the football at about the 3-yard line. I'll check when we get to the other end. But they do able to dodge that, keep them out of the end zone. Lead 14-0, start of the 2nd quarter.
Huge break for Burnett. The ball didn't get back to the quarterback because the center hit himself in the backside with the ball. So unfortunate for Lakeview. They were that close to scoring a touchdown, but just didn't happen for them. And they've scored some points. They scored 55 against Lamesa, 34 against Snyder, 27 against Fort Stockton, but you're not going to score too many points if you can't score from the 1.
Right. I do want to say we're at the top of the hour. You're listening to Burnett Bulldog Football on KMPN Burnett. So a good first quarter for the Bulldogs. Now they are in their deep. Let's see where they end up marking this. They have it at the 1. So it's 99 yards to go for the Bulldogs. They will start. They do have the offense on the field. They start at the 1. We had one of these last year.
We did have one, and it didn't stay down there very long.
All right.
I think some young man named Jones ran it.
Yes, it did. 99 yards. Murray to Jones. Murray in shotgun in his own end zone. Snap back to Rhett. He's going to throw. Middle of the field is Stanford. He makes the catch. And I believe it was the same play they ran to Jones last year. It was in the middle. He doesn't go all the way, but a nice job of getting it to the 20. 19-yard gain and a get out of your shadow of your own end zone. 1st and 10.
Well, making Stanford a big part of the passing game tonight.
That is a 19-yard gain. 1st and 10. Murray has Coronado to his left. And Bulldogs move on the right side, 5 yards off. And I promise you, those are the things that, as this night goes on, Bulldogs in control early, long way to go. But it's going to be about those mental things and the mistakes, because we have been hurt by some of that, especially in the second half the last couple of weeks in games.
And a lot of that is the second quarter for some reason.
You're right. That is a step off of 5 back to the 15. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. Coronado to the right of Rhett Murray. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, short side of the field. 1st and 15. Murray to throw. Has time, pulls it down, and he can't get away. Ball comes out. They're saying it's down. It did come out as he hit the ground, but he couldn't get away from the pursuit from behind. Loss of a yard, and we're looking at all of a sudden a 2nd down and long, 2nd and about 16 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, those mistakes can put you in the hole in a hurry, and that's what's happened.
11:10 clock. Why does it stop? There it goes. As the clock is running. 11:05 clock runs here in the second quarter. Bulldogs leading 14-0. 2nd and long, 2nd and 16. Trip receivers bunched on the left side. Murray rolls that way, throws it out. Catch is made. Believe that's Williams near the 1st down marker, near the 30. That was Williams on that far side. Yes, it was. And he gets to the 29. It's a 15-yard gain, but he needed 16. No, where were we? They started to move the chains, but I don't think he got it, because I think he needed to get to the 30. They're at the 29. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Let's hand it off to Coronado here. Pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1 from the 29. Murray gets the snap. Hands it off to Coronado. He gets the 1st down. Not a lot more, but I like it when every once in a while you kind of figure something's going to happen. It makes me feel good, like I know what I'm talking about. 1st down after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Get a fresh set of downs. Nice job to overcome that penalty.
That and you'd really like to see your line just fire off and get you a one or 2 yards when you need it.
1st and 10 when the other team knows it's coming. 1st and 10 from the 31. Murray, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Murray gets the snap, throws it on the right side, too high for Pimentel. Going to be incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Had some coverage coming over from the top from the safety, but it'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
You know, Mark, keeping these stats, Murray has only completed half of his passes, 5 out of 10, but he has 90 yards right now.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Burnett 31-yard line. Bulldogs lead 14-0. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Man goes in motion. That's Pimentel. Going to hand it off to Coronado up the middle. He's got a hole, lowers the shoulder, pushes forward to the 39. That's a gain of 8 on 2nd down. They bring up a 3rd and 2 from the 30. Yeah, I give him almost the 39. Yeah, they give him the 39-yard line. 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you got to like the running game so far, Mark, and just power football. Let Coronado do what he can do best.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Murray on 3rd and 2. He'll hand it off to Coronado again. Puts his foot in the ground, gets the 1st down on the left side, pushes near midfield. And I think they give him midfield, a gain of 11. Again, like he really put his foot in the ground there, saw the opening, got the 1st down and more. He gained 11 yards and a 1st down right at midfield.
Yeah, just a really instinctive runner, and love watching his athleticism as he runs. But again, just run the football. They can't stop it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on first down. Gonna throw. Murray in the pocket, deep middle of the field, and it's intercepted. Going the other way. And ball comes out. Bulldogs pick it up, going the other way. Coronado's gonna score. I believe the 10, the 5, fumble return for a touchdown. We've got a flag behind the play. I think it's gonna be a 55-yard touchdown fumble return for Coronado. But let's see what this flag is.
I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike on
what I think.
Lakeview, but we'll see.
So it wasn't a good throw. It was intercepted by one, Francisco Ramirez, but the Bulldogs, even on offense, they pursued, knocked the ball loose. Lucky bounce for Coronado into his hands.
He called a sideline warning, but then he pointed towards Lakeview.
It couldn't have been their sideline. So sideline warning on Bulldogs, but no penalty. Campus worked to attempt the extra point. What a crazy play. Snap is back. Hold is good by Pimentel. Kick is on the way, and it is good. We're going to keep it here and try to discuss this. 8:51 to go. I got to catch up some paperwork. I'm not sure how I'm going to put all that. 8:51 to go. Bulldogs lead 21-0 over Lakeview. So it was an interception. This is all the things that happened. Interception, Bulldogs give it up. It was a return, a pretty good return by Ramirez. He's hit near midfield.
I think that was 30 that hit him that forced – well, we don't have a 30. Maybe it was 20.
And so not sure who forced the fumble, but –
that had to be Kastner.
Kastner, I'll go with that. I know it bounces up into the hands of Coronado. Just took a bounce, and once he had it, I was almost certain nobody was going to catch him. He had a blocker out in front, and did you happen to see where he picked it up?
Okay, so Mark, that was 60. Jonathan Ryder that came in and forced the fumble
line, great job
on Ramirez. So he picked it up right at midfield.
I thought it was maybe the 47, so we'll call it 53 yards, just pretty close. 53-yard touchdown fumble return. Now, that's a crazy play.
Oh.
2 turnovers in the same play, but the Bulldogs end up with a 21-0 lead. Sorry not to describe it better, but that I know I've never called one. 2 turnovers that turned into a touchdown on the same play.
That was a fun play.
Sure, for you, that was exciting. I'll take it again. It ends up being a fumble, Coronado second touchdown. Kickoff by Campos Huerta. Gonna go into the end zone, and they'll have it at their 25. So we went through 2 full possessions there. Interception, fumble, Bulldogs pick it up. Coronado scores the 53-yard fumble return touchdown.
My goodness. Mark, Coronado with that run has 144 yards on the ground.
I don't know. Do you count that as a run? Or is he a defensive? I'll let you figure that out.
Okay, well, that's too complicated for this basketball coach.
Incredible, isn't it?
We need an expert call in there. I'm giving
we
it
don't
to
have
him
that to go. We can't call up to the official in New York.
That's true. Well, we could
Good.
pretend.
Yes, what did I say? 1st and 10 for San Angelo, 21-0 Bulldogs.
Let's call Coach Messer. Maybe
I'll bet he will answer. Handoff in the backfield. Ramirez nowhere to go. Again, pushed back at the 22-yard line, so that's a loss of 3. They've had the 2 big gains, but other than that, San Angelo just has been pushed back.
That's 23 Tate Lambright. So I think what we saw with Coach Spear in the pregame show talking about getting kids in, there's a name that we haven't called this year.
2nd and 13. Alviso in shotgun. Looks to the sideline, has a pistol formation right now. Ramirez in the backfield. Now he moves to the right of Alviso. He's going to throws deep, right side and almost intercepted by Prather. Prather had that touchdown last week out of the quarterback position, but David Prather couldn't quite come up with it. He had it in his hands.
Yeah. I think he caught it, dropped it, and then caught it off the ground.
3rd and 13. Well, thank you, Coach Messer. It's amazing to me you can find any visual for anything I say. Appreciate that. 3rd and 13 for Lakeview. Snap back to throw. Has time, and there's the flag. There had to be a flag. It was behind the receiver, but our defender just grabbed and pulled the receiver. So that's going to be holding or I guess pass interference probably. So spot foul, but it'll give them a first down.
Yeah, 24. Peyton Shirley just there really early.
They called it a hold, but either way, it's an automatic first down. So we'll get a fresh set it down. 8:02 to go in the first half. 21-0 Bulldogs lead. That'll move it with the penalty up to the 33-yard line. And again, first down for the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs. Alviso, Ramirez to his left, two trip receivers to the right. Going to throw it out in the middle of the field, and, tough catch. As Prather hit him just as he got there. There's only be a 5-yard gain or so, but again, that was 11, Braylon White, and that was a tough catch to go up and get as he was hit. He gets it to the 38,
Really good
yards.
catch. Really good catch because the defense from Prather was right
there
on it.
He hit him just as the ball got there. 2nd down and 5 from the 38. Alviso to throw. Rolls to his right. Going to run. Now he gets the first down, I think. He was trying to find an opening. Bulldogs were closing in. But that one, tough run, and he gets the first down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 for Alviso. So a couple first downs here by the Shirley made that tackle for Lakeview. 7:17 clock runs here in the first half. Homecoming night. Again, our homecoming king was Rhett Murray. Queen, Brooke Bowman. Snap back. Going to hand it off to Ramirez this time, and he's going to get a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3. They give him the 46. We'll call it 2. 2nd down and 8. Again, we'll try to work in the Bows and Sweethearts at halftime. Again, all the different organizations, so that's always a great thing for the different organizations get to recognize their kids. 2nd down and 8 from the Lakeview 46-yard line. Snap back to throw and out in the flat, and he gets the catch made. I think that was to Ramirez. It was. And he gets past midfield to the 46-yard line on the Burnett side of the field.
The Bulldogs
gain of 8.
Letting the Chiefs get in a little rhythm here.
Well, we've backed off a little bit there in the flat, so they're taking advantage of that. 1st and 10. Man goes in motion. They're going to hand it off to him on the sweep, and he's hit hard at the 44-yard line. That's number 12. 12 with the carry, Isaiah Rios. He gained 2 yards. 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the Burnett 44-yard line.
Colt Johnson and Peyton Shirley combining for the tackle.
2 receivers to the right. High snap to throw. Throws it in the middle of the field and hit hard, but again, a catch made by Ramirez. He found a spot, nobody near him. And he gets, he's short of the first down. I thought he was a little further up, but they give him the 37-yard line.
And that was O'Hare, Kason O'Hare on the tackle.
Be 3rd and 1 from the 37.
Bulldogs need to get a stop here. Make them make a choice.
Alviso, he keeps it, trying to get to the outside, and flag comes in. I don't think he got it, but the flag comes in. Not sure in the holding area. I thought the running back, Ramirez, moved early too, but it is a hold. You'll move him back. I don't think he got the first down anyway, but it would be 4th down and short, so you take him the 10 yards back, holding against the Chiefs.
Interesting play, Mark, because it was the right side of the line. Both the guard and the tackle pulled left, but they ran the ball to the right, which not quite sure if they intended to do that. But
a little misdirection.
But maybe because of the the misdirection that the hold took place.
So 3rd and 11 now, back at the 47-yard line. To throw, middle of the field, catch is made. Nobody gets Ramirez, and he just kind of ran open in the middle, and he gets a big gain for a first down to the 24-yard line, 23-yard gain.
Ramirez is not very big, and but he's got good wheels, and he sneaks in places, and our defenders, our secondary, just not picking him up.
So 1st and 10, they pick up 3rd down and long. They're at the Burnett 24-yard line. 4:34 and counting. First half, Bulldogs lead 21-0. Pistol formation. They're bringing help there. They pitch it to Ramirez, and then he's pushed back. So ball might have come out. Let's see. Are they saying it was down? It's on the ground. They're saying he was, maybe his forward progress was stopped.
Probably that, because I don't think he was ever down.
And it will be at the 20-yard line, gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6. Bulldogs trying to keep this score on the defensive side at 0. Lakeview will get the second half kickoff, so they're trying to get some points on the board. Man goes in motion, 2nd down and 6. To throw to the left side and incomplete. And there's the flag. Kind of thought it might, because he never turned back to look. The defender was there, and maybe if he looks back, but it looked like he had come in contact. I was waiting. I was hoping maybe the flag, but the back judge threw it out there. It's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, really just got there too early.
So another penalty. 3:54. Let's see. So that'll move it to the still going there 8-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. This is the second time they've been inside the 10. Last time we were able to get the fumble.
I was thinking the same thing.
So, I'm sorry, I moved it to the 6. It's at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal at the 5. Thank you. 5-yard line. Man goes in motion. High snap. Throws it middle of the field. And did he catch it? He did. And Ramirez had a big drive there. Ramirez, 5-yard touchdown. And that was not a good drive for the Bulldogs. Just mistake.
It's a swinging gate here, Mark.
And the swinging gate to look at the extra point. Now they shift over into more conventional extra point attempt. And they line up for the 1. Rios to attempt the extra point. The left-footed kicker. Snap is back. Hold is good, and it's on its way, and it's good. We'll go ahead and take a break. So Lakeview does get an answer here, and even though the Bulldogs have controlled it, you look up, only ahead by 14 with 3:50 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs 21, the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs 7 on BTXSportsOnline.com, KMPN 95.9 FM.
This is Word to the Wise with Dr. William Blocker, president of the College of Biblical Studies.
One theologian has said, better a baffled faith than no faith at all. In John 6, we read of a time when many of Jesus' would-be disciples withdrew and were not walking with him anymore. Why? Because he didn't meet their expectations. If you've ever felt confused, disappointed, and wanted to walk away from your commitment to Christ, here's a word to the wise. Peter offers a sobering response when he says in John 6:68, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. So keep the faith. Even when you don't understand, Jesus still has all the answers.
Word to the Wise with Dr. William Blocker is a service of the College of Biblical Studies. For more information, contact us at 713-77-BIBLE or cbshouston.edu.
We're back live. I've got a feeling you got more Messer messages.
Yeah, they're coming in twos now.
All right, 3:50 to go. This is an important time. I mean, the Bulldogs, this is a ball game, and even though and they fake an onside kick. Now pooch kick it, fair catch called for by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs need to put some more points on the board.
Well coached, I believe. I love seeing the fair catch there, and so many bad things can happen when they pooch kick it. And immediately we called for a fair catch. That was number 1, Charles Edwards.
And we will start at our own 35-yard line. 3:50 to go, plenty time, but 21-7. Again, Lakeview's got to kind of feel like they've hung around here after everything that it looks like how dominant this first half has been.
You think that we've dominated every part of the game, but Lakeview's had 2 long drives, just didn't get the score on the one of them. On the first one.
Murray in shotgun with Coronado to his right. It's Pimentel in the backfield, and they're going to run it to Pimentel. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and ends up running a long way for about 2 yards. Pimentel at quarterback, and he'll get a gain of 2. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Murray checks back in. So it's at the 37-yard line, 2nd and 8. Clock runs 3:24 first half, 21-7 Bulldogs. Murray has Coronado in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. Going to hand it off to Coronado. He finds room. He'll have the first down and more. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. In the past midfield, past the 40, down to the 34-yard line. Good strong run, good vision, all the same things. Rerun, and keep rerunning it. 34-yard line. So that is a, 16 and 33-yard gain I've got it as. And it's 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of Lakeview.
Yeah, fantastic run. Already running another play. This is good pace.
Murray to throw. Looking deep. He's in trouble. He's got to throw it away, and I have a receiver in the area, I think.
Yes, definitely have a receiver in the area.
Williams was that's what they're checking.
H official ran to the referee, but
they throw the flag.
Oh, my goodness. There's no way. He's 2 yards from where the ball landed.
They're saying it didn't reach back to the line of scrimmage, but he had there's no doubt Williams was there. See, he was looking that it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, but Williams was big play.
Goodness. I'm puzzled by that. It's the referee here, the H guy. Maybe he needs more preparation.
48-yard line it takes it back to. So it's 2nd and long on the intentional grounding. 2nd and long now. Loss of down.
Got to make up for it.
2 receivers to the left. Coronado in the backfield with Murray. Man goes in motion. Howell resets. Gonna throw. Murray. And we have another flag. Throws middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to, I think they were trying to get it to Demetrius Talaferro. It's incomplete. Let's see what this flag is. Legal motion against the Bulldogs. 5 more yards.
With only a 14-point lead, Mark, we're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, again, you've talked about it in the second quarter seems to be where some of that happens, and all of a sudden we have a huge gain, 1st and 10 in their territory, and next thing we're back at the Burnett 40. Ends up, now it gets not to midfield, it's still Lakeview. It's at the Lakeview 48. They declined it to get the down. That's why it's still at the 48. So it's 3rd and long. They decline the penalty.
That's smart play.
Yep, there's 3rd and 25. Murray empty backfield. Snap back. Has time. Middle of the field and right through the hands of, that was Sanchez, I believe.
It was Sanchez, but it was going to be well short of the first down.
And we're going to punt. These are the kind of things that I know they talk about, the mistakes that, again, you get into district play in a week that can come back to really hurt you. It's got to be Messer. I just see on your face. 4th down and long. Ladler into punt. Gets the snap back. Good high kick. Fair catch called for at about the 13-yard line.
He got that below his shoulder pads, though.
So Ladler's been a real weapon.
He really has.
As the punter last week, putting one at the 5, this one inside the 13. But now, right now, the Bulldog defense, you give up a big play, you're looking at a 7-point deficit going into halftime. They get the ball. This is crucial. They come up here and do what they were doing early and not let them have time and get those big plays.
Well, I hope our secondary is keying on White, number 11, and Ramirez, number 1, because those are the big play guys.
So they start at their own 13-yard line. Lakeview, snap back to throw. Middle of the field, knocked away.
Great defense.
That was Prather running with 11. They had some extra coverage in their White, but it was knocked away, 2nd down and 10. But they were going for it, and if you connect that, he does have the speed to split it and go the distance.
He does.
Good coverage there.
That one was different because it was over the middle and not on the sideline where we might have had more help. Good to hear from Brian Hostclaw. He's listening in.
Appreciate that.
Great man and going through some tough times, so thinking about you, Brian.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pistol formation. They hand it off on the draw. Ramirez bouncing it to the outside and picks up a couple of yards. Is pushed out of bounds. That stops the clock at 2:08 to go first half. 21-7 Bulldogs lead. He gets to the 17, 18-yard line. That's a gain of 5, though. Bring up 3rd and 5.
Kastner coming over from his middle linebacker spot on the far side of the field to make that tackle.
We got to try to Alviso has done a nice job being able to get rid of it. Gets the snap. Pump fakes, then out in the flat, and we aren't close enough, and he had time to find the receiver for the 1st down. White again. But we're not getting any pressure now. And that gets it to the 21, which is enough for 1st and 10. They're in the shotgun in a hurry to throw. Pressure comes, and that should be a hold. They don't call it. It's going to end up being a loss, but well, it was just to turn around the defender. But he's going to lose yards to the 24-yard line. Is that right? Yeah. Timeout, Lakeview. See where he was at the 26. Should be back. Timeout, Lakeview, a minute 43. We're keeping it here. Go ahead.
Well, I would say, Mark, that might be one of the weaknesses of our defenses. I think we have 3 sacks on the year. 1 by Howell, and then Lopez has a half, and the other one's not recorded, so I can't tell you who it is. But so that's an area where the Bulldogs could definitely improve, especially in an attack like this where your quarterback's just going to drop back and chunk it down the sideline. Having some pressure on him would really help.
So it's 2nd and 12. The ball is at the 24-yard line. Bulldogs lead 21-7. There's a minute 43 to go. Lakeview has the football. The Bulldogs, they scored the first 2 drives. Then, of course, we scored on our own interception, had the interception fumble, and then had a punt.
Mark, if Jonathan Ryder doesn't make that play and force that fumble, then this game's a lot closer. Could be
a huge difference.
Could be
they were at the 1-yard line. So it is right now. You got to keep on the focus, not giving them any points. They will get the second half kickoff as they deferred. 2 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, short side of the field. That's White. Snap back, gonna throw, pulls it down, looks to run, and nowhere to go. He gets maybe 2 yards. Clock continues to run. Gets it to maybe the original line of scrimmage, maybe just past it at the 27, which will bring up 3rd and 9.
I think Ochoa came in and tried to swipe that ball away and make the tackle.
3rd and 9. Bulldogs need a stop. They converted that last 3rd down. Snap back to throw. He's going deep, middle of the field, and it's up for grabs and knocked away. Good defense there. No contact. Trying to get it to Ramirez. That's incomplete. Good double coverage. Was one of them.
Stanford, I believe, was the
one of them.
Primary defender. from his safety spot.
So right now they bring the punting unit on now here, minute 9. So don't want to run into the kicker. They might put a little pressure on it, but if you get a decent field position, plenty of time. I believe we have all our timeouts.
We should.
I think so. All right, their punter stands at the 15-yard line. Low snap. It's on the ground. He's going to have to try to run. Now he kicks it left-footed. Pretty good job just to get away. A punt that's stopped, that's caught at the 37 by Park. Yeah, I thought he was going to try to run it. He had some space.
I think he should have. I think he would have gotten it pretty easily. Now
maybe
it's hard to
see
say.
Too many of those hits.
Yeah,
but a
maybe
pretty
so.
good left-footed kick to at least get it past midfield. He's left-footed, but he gets it to the Burnett 37. 1:03 to go. Bulldogs plenty of time. They need to go try to score here. It has been an uneven second quarter, to say the least. Looking down, I see Mr. Molino. Always give him a shout-out. Filming down on the end zone. He's in the place to pick up a Bulldog touchdown on that end if they come to him, so let's make that work out. 2 receivers to the left. Coronado in the backfield with Murray. 1 receiver to the right. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Man goes in motion to throw. Murray has time. Deep right side goes up, and Stanford can't come down with it. There was coverage on that side.
Double coverage again.
2nd down and 10. We have not been able to find open receivers.
You know, going back to Lakeview, Mark, maybe their most inconsistent part of their game is their snapping, and it's been low.
Yeah.
It hasn't made it. It's been high at times, and then it cost them on that punt there. But, well, it could have cost them a whole lot worse than it did.
57 seconds to go. I might try a handoff to Coronado. Snap back. Murray to throw, though, in the pocket, middle of the field. And there should be a flag. Where's the flag? There it is. The other ref. The ref standing there not calling him. I think he was kind of hit by it. Maybe he couldn't see. But the side judge called it. It was the interference hit early. I'll give that to the official standing there because he got hit. So himself. But the flag did come in. That should give the Bulldogs an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying to make a play on the ball. He just tackled the receiver.
And moves it to the 45-yard line.
Plenty of time to do something.
Again, we can run right now. We've got 3 timeouts.
True, and with Campos Huerta's leg, we could probably kick this if they get it 40 more yards.
Touchdown. I like to take the extra point. Man goes in motion, and then a flag, though. We move.
We did.
Just the little mistakes. That moves it back to the 40-yard line. So,
yep.
50 seconds on the clock.
Right guard, just a little twitch, and that's all it takes.
I think they're putting 51 seconds back because the play was called dead. So 51 seconds left in the first half. 21-7 Bulldogs lead. But they have it now 1st and 15 at their own 40. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's the short side of the field. Murray in shotgun. Gets the snap. Throws it out, and that was not a good pass. Kasner can't hold up, but that could have gone the other way. The defender was standing right out there in the flat. Oh, that's a dangerous pass there. Incomplete. Fortunately, it'll bring up 3rd down. And, you're hoping to get out, but not going to get much out of that anyway. But the defender, if he steps in front of that, those ones always worry me because you see them so many times go the other way.
Yeah, those are just the screen on the sideline play. But yeah, if that defender is able to hold on to that,
he had the better angle.
Not being touched.
2nd down and 15. Murray, 2 receivers to the right, changes something. Gets the snap. Going to hand it off to Coronado. And there's a hole. Coronado makes the one-man miss. He's still on his feet. Bounces the outside. The 40. And then out of bounds at the 35. Coronado with this much. He's picking up big yards. Our passing game is not working right now. That's just the reality of it. And we're now down to 37 seconds. But Coronado gets, where do they mark it, 35-yard line?
They're calling it 25.
All right. So a 25-yard gain. 1st and 10, though. First down. Going to hand it off to Coronado again. He's being patient. Push up field. Now he gets about 5 yards, but they've got a timeout. I would think they'd use one. There it is. That's 28 seconds. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. 28 seconds to go here in the half. Bulldogs use their first timeout. They're at the 31-yard line. That was a gain of 4.
That play seemed like it was in slow motion.
It did. That's the only thing he does. He's good about being patient and stuff, but in that situation, with the time, he tried to hit that hole. The one before was quicker. But you have moved it to the 31. Now, again, you do have that, as you said, Campus Huerta in the mix. But now you are going to have to look to throw. But we haven't found a way to really find those open receivers that we've done a good job of having over the last few games. And
you're right.
We need to get that where it's one of those, hey, I catch it, nobody's around me.
It has been an inconsistency tonight. And Coronado has 202 yards rushing in this half alone. So that's working. And maybe the Bulldogs go back to that.
I think we could see quite a bit more of that in the second half. But right now, let's see if we can get some points on the board. Second down and long 5, short 6. Murray in shotgun. Waits for the snap, has it to throw. Sets up, looking, pressure comes, throws it away. Now it's out of bounds, should be well past the line of scrimmage, incomplete. 20 seconds. They're covering downfield. We're not finding those open receivers. Murray had time there, rolled. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 from the 31.
Pimentel ran an out and up, and I think they were going to try to throw it deep to him, but the secondary did a good job of picking him up.
See if we can get it to, I might try to get it in Coronado in space. 2 receivers to left, 3rd and 5. They're going to hand it off to Coronado. He gets a block. He's got the edge. He'll have the first down. Still on his feet, gets out of bounds. 13 seconds. He gets down to the 23-yard line.
Great job of getting out of bounds.
8 yards, yep.
And Castner with just a leveling block to free Coronado.
It's at the 22-yard line, 13 seconds. I think we stayed away from Coronado a little too much. But now with 13 seconds, empty backfield. Got to try to get it down the field. Murray in shotgun. Looking to throw. Has time. Got to get rid of it. Does. Has a man at the 5. Hit hard. Timeout. Call timeout. They do, Bulldogs. And wait, now that's Kason O'Hare. He hasn't caught a lot of passes, but a big one there with 7 seconds. He took a hard hit. He gets to the 5-yard line. So that was from the 23. So an 18-yard gain to Kason O'Hare. And it sets up a 1st and goal with 7 seconds. Plenty of time. That was a good on-target pass. And he found O'Hare was open when he got it there. He did take a hard hit. And I would watch for the ball to come out. That was a great job of hanging on to it and gives them a chance to score. You've got at least one play here to go to the end zone.
No, O'Hare caught the ball in his hands, tucked it away, knew he was going to get hit, and got down quickly so that they could get that timeout.
They do. Bulldogs still have one timeout. They lead 21-7. And as much as the Bulldogs, again, feel like they've controlled this game, this could be a big moment to get this score, really put that on San Angelo Lakeview when they get the ball to start the second half.
I'll give a little credit to Murray, too, because he found O'Hare on target with a pretty good pass rush and got hit as he released the football and still put it right on O'Hare's numbers.
That was a good throw. Coronado to his left. Two receivers stacked on the right, one to the left. That's Williams. 7 seconds. Man goes in motion. Pimentel to throw. Got to get rid of it. Throws it. And it's a touchdown to Howell. 5-yard touchdown from Rhett Murray to Riley Howell with 2 seconds left in the first half. Bulldogs take a 27-7 lead with the extra point to come. Wait a second. What is all that talking here?
He's got his hat off, so that means that he either threw a flag and his hat That's usually what that means.
We're lining up for the extra point. Well, Hal got hit too. Good throw by Murray. And that's incomplete. We might not get another playoff. So what is this? Work is still on the field. Can you help me see what this is? Touchdown is good.
Dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike on the defense. So we'll do it on the kickoff. All right. So Lakeview did something after. Campus Huerta is on to attempt the extra point. And the Bulldogs, uneven as it was, they get the job done to get the score with 2 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter.
27-7 and possibly 28 is going to look a lot better.
The snap is back. Hold is good by Pimentel. Kick is on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. We're keeping it here. 28-7, a really big score late in the first half. Bulldogs needed to put that together, made some mistakes, but closed it out with the 5-yard touchdown pass lead, 28-7.
And a lot of credit to the defense who forced the punt and to get the ball back. And we started going backwards on that drive, Mark, but the Bulldogs pulled it together enough to go score and answer the Lakeview touchdown.
So Murray to Hal. Hal's, he really has shown a good weapon as a blocker, but as a receiver, we've seen him throughout the field. But there at the goal line, that's a big play.
All right, Mark. I'm gonna see how this kickoff goes with Campos Huerta. If he kicks this out of the end zone, I'm going to theorize that the field is shorter going to the right side than it is going to the left. Did you notice the first 2 kickoffs did not make it to the end zone?
Maybe it's the wind.
There is absolutely no wind tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Physics. Oh, I feel like we're in a side. All right, kick it out from the 40.
All right, we're going to see.
All right. Wait, wasn't there a penalty? I don't know. I lost it.
There sure was. Wait, there's a penalty.
We've done this before.
Oh, my goodness.
And he kicks it off, and let's see your theory. It bounced at the 1.
It bounced at the 1.
Then went through the back of the.
Okay, goodness.
And since it went out of the end zone and the no time went off. But wasn't there a penalty? I thought
there was an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah,
in fact, there was a Lakeview kid that shoved our kid on the ground just now, and no call. So not sure.
And there is a flag. It has been a strange first half. It's great homecoming night, 28-7 lead at halftime, but we've had a interception that turned into a fumble return for a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
So fortunate for the Bulldogs that Williams picked that up, too, to be able to use his speed to go all the way.
It was Coronado.
It was Coronado's speed.
Just that.
That's what I said.
Very fast. I knew his. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have corrected you. Yes, Williams is faster.
You need to correct me.
No. That was a long time ago now. We've had a lot of things happen since then.
Well, and the officials are all gathered together
still talking,
discussing why they didn't mark it off on the kickoff.
And all we can do is sit here. We can discuss mascots.
We could.
Well, they do. They are the Chiefs, and their girls are the Maidens, just as strange as we talked about that a few weeks ago. Okay.
That was the Eastview game, which we kind of all want to forget that.
No, I didn't want you to say the name of it. So it's a penalty against Lakeview, and they're with 2 seconds. I think all this is going to lead to them surely just taking a knee.
Yeah, right.
12-yard line. They're at the 12.
But you never know with the snap. He's in shotgun.
They might go deep. Yep, they might feel we don't have anything to lose. Snap back. They're going to just hand it off in the backfield, and after you gain about to the 20, Bulldogs close it out. That is the end of the first half. So an interesting first half, but for the Bulldogs on homecoming night, a good one no matter what. We can talk about some of the ups and downs when we get back. But still, first, congratulations to King and Queen, Rhett Murray and Brooke Bowman, for being the King and Queen tonight. And then the halftime score, 28-7. So again, we appreciate it. When we come back, we'll also get you the bows and sweethearts of the different organizations. It's been an interesting night, but the main thing is the Lakeview band about to come onto the field. It has been a good first half for the Bulldogs as they lead the Chiefs. So we'll take this break. We come back, we'll get you stats, get you set up, a little time to rest, a good drink of water, and then we'll come back with the second half of action. Homecoming 2024, the Vernon Bulldogs 28, the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs 7 on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMPN 95.9 FM.
Got a minute for a good word? Here's Dr. J. Vernon McGee with Through the Bible.
God's not only love, He's righteous, holy, just, and the holy demands of God had to be met. His just claims, His righteous standards must be met, and love may long to save, but the immutable law of justice makes love powerless to do so. And so Christ, by dying for your sins, He met the holy demands of justice, and God can now save you by grace. How wonderful it is. When we were guilty, Christ paid the penalty. God doesn't ask your cooperation to save you. He doesn't ask for your conduct or your character. God only asks men to believe Him, to trust Him, to accept Christ, to take His way.
We welcome your company on the Bible bus as we go through the Bible on this station and at ttb.org.
All that glitters isn't gold.
Scams are nothing new.
In days gone by, conmen would cover a brass ring with a thin layer of gold.
He'd then go into a crowd, drop it where it might be seen, and when someone saw it and went to pick it up, the con artist would reach for it too.
I saw it first.
He'd then suggest,
"We could split the ring between us, unless you want to keep it. Just buy my half."
It seemed like great value for a gold ring, but the ring was actually a phony, where we probably get the word phony.
A lot of people today are reaching for something that will give them a sense of security, and they're not necessarily bad things.
But when they seem to have everything, they can actually feel a bit taken, because all that glitters isn't gold.
Jesus said He came so that you could have life the way God intended.
Total forgiveness,
lasting peace,
satisfaction,
and life forever in heaven.
Find out more. Call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
You can even chat live with someone now
at needhim.org.
Here's Pastor Jeff Shreve with Real Hope.
Jesus said the devil is a liar and the father of lies. And the devil is a master liar who tells lies about the most important subject. And the most important subject is God and the way of salvation. You see, the devil has a false gospel called Christianity Light. Tastes great and it's less filling, but it doesn't save. Jesus said in John 8:24, "Unless you believe I am He, you will die in your sins." He said in Luke 13:3, "Unless you repent, you will all likewise perish." Don't be deceived. Jesus is God in the flesh who died and rose again. We are saved from turning from sin and self and placing our complete and total trust in Jesus. Now that's true Christianity, and that is real hope.
Discover the real hope God has for you. Visit FromHisHeart.org.
Hi, I'm Johnny Erickson Tata, and not long ago a friend shared a video of 2-year-old Caden Elijah learning to walk. What's so special about a little boy learning to walk, you might ask? Well, Caden was born with a birth defect, and doctors recommended his mother terminate the pregnancy. But Caden's mother prayed the words of Psalm 28 over herself and her child, saying, "The Lord is my strength. My heart trusts in Him, and He helps me." And oh, it is so clear that the Lord is the strength of Caden, because on that video, you can watch him taking step after step on his prosthetic legs. And with his little walker, he keeps repeating, "I've got it, I've got it, I've got it." Oh, friend, I don't know what difficult circumstances you're experiencing, but draw courage from the example of Caden. Let your heart trust in the Lord, because with Him, you got it. And you know what? You can do it.
Ever since the publication of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine in 1895, people have been captivated by the idea of traveling in time. In that book, a scientist built a time machine and traveled far into the future. Then he returned and told his astonished friends what the world was going to be like in 800,000 years. The truth is that we are all time travelers, traveling toward the future. And at the end of our journey, there's a destination that we can scarcely imagine. It's a destination called eternity. Our Creator designed us to live forever, but because of man's rebellion, death came into the world. Then God sent His Son, Jesus, to redeem eternity for anyone who would place his trust in Him. If you'd like to learn how you can begin a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, just call us at 888-NEED-HIM or go to our website, chataboutjesus.com.
This is Seeking Him with Nancy DeMoss Wogelmuth.
I can sin and get away with it. That's one of the lies that Satan tells us about sin. We hear it in a lot of forms. The truth is, sin is dangerous.
We're being careful. It's safe.
The truth is, we will reap what we sow.
It's no big deal.
The truth is, every choice we make has consequences.
I can't help myself.
The truth is, if we play with fire, we'll get burned. According to James, the truth is that sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. We can't get away with sin, but we can confess it to a God who loves us and is ready to forgive. That's the truth, and the truth will set you free. With Seeking Him, I'm Nancy DeMoss Wogelmuth.
Mark Edmondson. I'm not bringing up Roy yet. He's still working on the stats, and I'm going to get a chance here to do the Bows and Sweethearts in different organizations. I try to get all the names right. I apologize for any that I might miss. I got to do it last night, so I tried to practice a little bit, but just sometimes don't have a lot of chance. And also reading the whole Homecoming King court, and then again the King and Queen, which we had mentioned. Make sure I was trying to see here. Got a list. Appreciate that afterwards after they had done it in the stadium. Asked for that list, so that was nice to be able. Would like to share it out here on Homecoming Night 2024. All the alumni in town, and we do appreciate you listening to us. It's 28-7 at halftime. Bulldogs lead. Lakeview will get the second half kickoff. First, the organizations, and again, Bow or Sweetheart. There's some I think just have one, but so Highlandettes, only Bow, as it says. Alex Rodriguez, but is escorted by Maddie Cardenas. Partner PE, Justin Hessen and Mara Miller. Band, Aiden Harrison and Grace Laura Duran. Cheer, Bow, Holden Valdez, and he was escorted by Olivia Robles and Sydney Killebrew. Cross country, Gustavo Vega and Marissa Aviles. BETC, Creedon Schmidt and Serenity Vaughn. Swim and dive, Alexander Davis and Caroline Lunsford. Student council, Braden Bailey and Marguerite Reed. The FCCLA, Mackenzie Parker and Gabriela Garza. They were escorted by Lou Laidler. HOSA is Presley Crawford and Robin Massey. FFA, Bo, Levi Ringstaff, and Sweetheart, Mackenzie Evans. Avid, the Bo, Vance Bacta, and the Sweetheart, Emma Pelkey. Went back one there. Emma Pelkey, Avid, Sweetheart. Golf, the Bo, Hayden Cox, and the Sweetheart, Cambria Neenum. Volleyball, Bo, Caden Edwards, and Sweetheart, Laney Huffman. And in football, the Bo, Marcus Pimentel, and the Sweetheart, Haley Beltran. So different organizations, so congratulations to them. The homecoming court, the whole court, again, as we came on the air, we were fortunate enough to be right at the point where they announced it, but congratulations, of course, to all of them for being on the 2024 homecoming court. Brooke Bowman, Rhett Murray, Adriana Briggs, and Victor Aviles, Faith Green and Noah Crawford, Brogan Fox and Juan Silva, and Elena Alexander Mabry and Stellan Zolich. And again, The 2024 king was Rhett Murray, and the queen, Brooke Bowman. So congratulations to all of those. It is a fun time. I'm going to bring you back up for a minute if you're able to. Coach Kaiser, you good to go for just a minute? We got another break, but here in a little bit, the Lakeview Band on the field, this Esprit de Corps yet to perform. Again, they did a great job. Made the finals last week at the contest we had talked about. Something else we were supposed to talk about, it seems like we said, going on. What happened last week? Since last Friday.
Sports-wise?
We talked about it right before the game that something. It was the band was KVU. No, that's why I got to the band. KVU Band of the Week last week. KVU out of Austin, and they were Central Texas Band of the Week, but just still neat to get recognized. So did want to mention that as well. So it's 28-7 here at halftime. So let's see if we got some stats. I know we do have some.
We've got a lot of stats. We've got some good numbers through the air. Murray is only 7 of 16, but he has 113 yards and 1 touchdown. So on the receiving end of that, Williams has 2 catches for 19. Stanford has 3 catches for 47. Coronado 1 catch for 14. O'Hare 1 for 18. Pimentel 1 for 14. And Howell 1 for 5. So Murray's throws, although he's not completing as many higher percentage that he typically does, the ones that he's thrown have been for a good chunk of yards of 14, 28, 19, 15. So really nothing under, you've got 1 for 5. So most of them have been deep down the field. But the running game is where it's at tonight. Coronado carrying the ball 13 times for 210 yards and 2 scores. The second and the third touchdown, both Coronado's doing. So, when something isn't working, you go to something else. And the running game tonight has been very consistent.
Let me ask you. And I'm not trying to get myself in trouble, but not the first time. Because I understand I'm not seeing all the things that are going on. But we've been running the ball well. But I don't know, number-wise. Now, that last drive, I understand time was running down. But we seemed to got away from it really quick. Is that a game plan kind of thing? And this is what we see. But it's worked so well. And then we struggled a little bit at times, and I don't know. It's just I don't know if we've run more. We hadn't run 2 times in a row very often, and I don't know if that's just the way it is. And we've talked about this before, the game plan or whatever. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to get into it because we're up 28-7. But you do wonder if carry after carry, and we've done that in some games. But tonight we mixed it up.
Well, I wonder if the interception, and you'd have to go back and check me here. Was it early in the series? And I thought maybe if, a run would be good, but I thought at that point maybe a deep pass and we catch them off guard and we are able to score or get the ball down the field in a big chunk might have been a good idea, but wasn't an accurate. Well, it was accurate to the Lakeview kid, and he caught it and ran for 20 or 30 yards before he got.
I think we're going to see more of the running game, and then maybe that is the thought. Hey, we can get it up higher this way. We can push that lead out there and then control the clock.
And we might, one thing we haven't seen tonight is multiple guys carrying the football, which we've seen all year. Kastner has no carries, Laidler none, Lopez, Howell. None of those guys have carried the ball like they have been, even though they've been involved in the passing game. It's been, pretty much primarily Coronado today.
You're exactly right. Excellent point. I knew I had you here for a reason. I didn't know it was till just now.
Before I say something that might be wrong, let me
we have scores.
Let me give some scores from the district real quick. Lampasas looked like they played again last night. Not sure what. Maybe
Thursday is the night.
Maybe they're going 6A eventually, and they're just going to play on Thursday nights. I'm not sure, but they played Lorena and won 24-13. Brownwood is up big on Ingleside, 34-0.
That is a strange. If Ingleside is where I think Ingleside is on the coast, that's got to be a good trip.
Yeah.
For one of them.
This game would be at Brownwood, though. So Brownwood didn't have to travel.
What was the
but
score?
Ingleside did, 34-0, midway through the third. Marble Falls is taking on Divine, and they're the War Horses.
They are the Divine War Horses.
And they are Marble Falls is losing 21-13. And then the other district opponent is Stephenville, and they're playing tomorrow in Louisiana against Ruston, Louisiana.
Wow. And again, ranked 1 or 2, I think, depending on where you look, the Stephenville Yellow Jackets.
I was
telling you. coming onto the field. Sorry
about that. I was telling you earlier, Mark. I was telling Mark earlier that I kind of wished we were playing Stephenville in Stephenville, because I think it's their last year that they get to play at Tarleton Stadium, and Tarleton has completed their renovations on their new Division I facility, and it would be pretty impressive to be able to play in that place.
Are they going to play?
Year.
Wait, they're going to play there?
They have been playing there. They've always played their games at Tarleton, but when Tarleton went Division I believe the story was that they told Stephenville they had to build their own football stadium.
Has Stephenville built one? I mean, I've gone through Stephenville. I did not. I mean, recently, and
it seems to be a little off the beaten path. It's kind of behind, I think, their middle school, but we played basketball there last year, and we saw where they were going to build it. So I think it'll be ready by next season, but I'm not sure.
Well, that's something. Well, the Esprit de Corps coming on the field, about to perform here. See again, Mr. Molina down there filming. Always, it catches so much. I mean, you just can't say enough about from volleyball to football to the band. He does so many things. So
he even does weddings.
Yes, he does, and he'll go out of state for that. He did and we talked. That was last week. We did talk about that and doing. They had some pictures. I did tell him. See, this is. I'm not afraid to live my life, but I think there are certain things you try to avoid, like bears. And so, I would go to Montana, but I would take certain precautions to make sure a bear didn't eat me. So, so he gets there, and Mr. Molina has a sense of humor, and we are at the top of the hour. You're listening to Burn It Bulldog Football on KMPN. Burn It. And so he sent me he found a stuffed bear. There was a giant stuffed bear, and he sat in his lap or took the picture. It was at some shop or whatever. And that's cute. Well, about the next day, they had been out sightseeing, and there was a picture of a bear. And across the road, they were in a vehicle, and I was telling you, I'm like, there are bears. I'm not making this up. I just want you to be careful. I am just, I just like to be careful. So
well, I saw him today, and he talked about how beautiful it is.
Yes.
And we're actually going there in a
Glacier,
few weeks.
Was it Glacier National
It
Park
was.
in Montana?
Luke is playing a basketball tournament in Montana, so we're going to travel up there in a few weeks to see that.
I'm not sure. My son, Jason Moldis, went there this last summer.
Yeah.
They'd taken a trip there, and I thought, that's nice. And I'd gone through the whole thing about bears then too, and they actually sent me pictures of bears also roaming around. So I had some idea. But then Mr. Molina, Carrie Beth, now not laying behind,
ring
staff, and got married up there. And so they do in the pictures, and now you're going. There seems to be something missing in there. I'm the only one who's not going. You know why? Afraid of bears. So, maybe that's it. I'll go. I'll take bear spray. I'm not working for an invitation there. I'm just saying. All right. We do appreciate it. As Esprit de Corps is on the field, we're going to take one more break here. It is halftime homecoming 2024. Again, the King, Rhett Murray, and Brooke Bowman, the homecoming queen. At halftime, the Bulldogs lead the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs 28-7 on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMBN 95.9 FM.
Welcome to Breakpoint, a daily look at an ever-changing culture through the lens of unchanging truth. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet. Presidential elections are often treated as the pinnacle of democratic engagement and American civic duty. Historically, voter turnout during presidential election years is about 1.5 times, or about 60% of eligible voters, that of midterm election years, which usually total only around 40% of eligible voters. In recent years, voter turnout has reached record highs for both presidential and midterm election years. And I suspect that the more that Americans trend towards relying on the government to solve their problems and provide for their needs, while simultaneously distrusting the other side to do so, well, these numbers are just likely to grow even more. Political engagement, especially in this particular politically charged season, is an especially difficult thing for Christians to navigate. Christians in America do tend to be more politically engaged and to vote than their non-Christian counterparts. This, of course, today frequently brings accusations of Christian nationalism, but those are only leveled at Christians on the political right, though there's plenty of data that suggests that they are actually more political than their conservative counterpoints. Liberal Christians are rarely ever accused of getting too political. Now, to be sure, there is confusion between politics and faith that happens on both sides of the political aisle and across denominational spectrums. And at least some of the mixing is happening from the outside in, not the inside out. Back in 2021, political scientist and statistician Ryan Burge noted that, and I quote, "Millions of Americans are being drawn to the evangelical label because of its association with the GOP. Many are neither regular churchgoers nor have any real attachment to Christian doctrine. This is just another way," as Burge put it, that, quote, "what it means to be evangelical is being radically remade today," end quote. In fact, so much of our wider culture is being remade these days by all of the political heat. On one hand, citizens should vote. Christians especially should vote. It's a way of doing good. It's a way of loving our neighbor. On the other hand, it's not good when the political sucks so much air out of the cultural room. Currently, politics is carrying far more cultural weight than it is ever able to bear. For Christians, the confidence that Christ is Lord has to be the ground from which we engage politics. God has called us to be in the world even as we are not of it. He chose to put us in this cultural moment. See Acts chapter 17. Within a Christian worldview, one that sees every sphere of life as important and under the reign of Christ, the political is neither inflated nor trivialized. Christians can be engaged in politics without the other parts of our life together being subsumed by it. Christian political engagement must begin with a proper understanding of citizenship, especially that, first and foremost, we are citizens of the city of God. As such, we strive to live in accordance with God's law, to self-govern, according to the love of God and love of neighbor. When we do this, not only is it unnecessary to have more and more laws, Supreme Court decisions, or bureaucratic agencies for each and every issue of life, but we can be the best citizens of the city of man to which we have been called and placed. Second, our most important commitments, the commitments to love God and to love our neighbor, shape the values which shape our vote. The issues that we prioritize, whether the rule of law or the protection of the preborn, are first and foremost moral concerns that have political implications, not the other way around. Now, to be sure, to advocate for these values will mean being accused, as I recently was, of Christian nationalism. But we can't concern ourselves with being name-called or being disdained, nor should we believe that all will be lost if a vote doesn't go our way. Finally, our Christian political engagement should hit its fever pitch, not during election season. You see, the only way to relieve the political pressures of our day will be to build up the non-political and pre-political aspects of our lives together. That means especially the family and the church. You see, when we care well for our children, our neighbors, and our communities in all the ways that we're able to, then the state doesn't have to. Now, of course, there are plenty of folks who believe that the government should do all the work, but they are wrong. There is a better way, and we must know both how to articulate that better way and be willing to live it out as well. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet with Breakpoint. Today's Breakpoint was co-authored by Jared Hayden. If you're a fan of Breakpoint, leave us a review at your favorite podcast app. And for more resources to live like a Christian today, go to breakpoint.org.
From the files of Unshackled, Pacific Garden Mission presents Free Indeed.
Don Barry couldn't resist temptation and wasted more than 40 years of his life on destructive pursuits. Blame it on his upbringing or his own weakness, the end result was an unhappy, pointless life. His parents sent him and his siblings to church, but he began snitching alcohol right after they split up. Drinking led to other rebellion, poor grades at school, stealing, lying, and an irresponsible attitude. He dropped out of school to join the army and surprisingly did quite well, but just before he was discharged, he began doing drugs. Back home, he used heroin, sold drugs, and was soon in and out of jail so often his family disowned him. Living on the streets, he became so ruthless even he was shocked. Anything for a fix. The next 18 years were equally barren. Drug-running, arrests, a failed marriage. Homeless and hopeless, he stole food to survive. Then a pastor saw him on the street, took him in and prayed with him. After several sermons, Don invited Christ into his heart. Temptation still got the best of him for several years as he stumbled again and again. But his friends forgave him, God helped him, and slowly Don grew in faith. He married and yielded one last time to a drug binge. The hurt he caused his wife finally taught him to resist temptation. Free of drugs by God's grace, he gave glory to Jesus until his death in 1999 of leukemia. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed.
If you would like to be free from the weight of sin by receiving Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, or maybe you have questions about it, call 1-888-NEED-HIM right now. Free Indeed is a production of Pacific Garden Mission, 1458 South Canal Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60607. Email unshackled@pgm.org.
This is Max McLean. Have you felt the guilt of sin? Where can you turn? Listen to the Bible from Psalm 51. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. According to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I know my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you, you only, have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight, so that you may be proved right when you speak and justified when you judge. Surely you desire truth in the inner parts. You teach me wisdom in the inmost place. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. From Psalm 51. Listen to the Bible. It's great for the soul.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. It is 28-7 at halftime. Bulldogs about to come back through the tunnel. So Bulldogs, big score there at the end. They scored 3 offensive possession, and also, well, it was sort of an offensive possession, but it was a fumble recovery after an interception. They scored their 4th touchdown. But still, good first half. I think you do want to see some consistency, not let them get maybe some of those big plays. They will get the opening kickoff the second half, will the Chiefs, so Bulldogs will start with defense.
They will start on defense, and, again, the 2 primary weapons are 1 and 11, Ramirez and White, and the Bulldogs have got to be able to cover some fast receivers up the sideline, and we did a better job later on in the half, but, every district opponent is going to have as good, if not better, receivers running up the sideline.
So Bulldogs have to come back on the field. Well, let's briefly talk about it. It takes just a little bit longer before we have the kickoff. Next week, we go on at 7, pregame. 7:30 will be kickoff from Marble Falls. It's district opener and got the rivalry, got everything. So that's the other part of this last half. You want to take care of business to feel good about going into the first district game. No bye week. Next week they start to count, and that will obviously with Stephenville, in the mix, and the Bulldogs are going to want to, not going to give up anything. But this is a tough district. Brownwood and Lampasas. Both ranked, in the top 20 if you look at different things at different times this year. Marble Falls has shown some defense in particular has been strong for them, and they keep a game close. That's what they want to do. So this first game out is a big one for the Bulldogs.
Huge. The very first game could determine who's in the playoffs and who's out. And, of course, the Bulldogs put together such a good run last year with a huge surprising win on the road. That was at
Davenport.
Davenport. I was thinking Davidson. And Davenport. So, fantastic game there to put them in the playoffs. But, this year might be a little different, so you've got to really focus on that first Marble Falls game. And plus, it's a rival, and, we had really good success last year.
So we will be in Marble Falls next week for the opening of district play. Now the Bulldogs need to take care of 24 minutes this second half. Will be Campos Huerta to kick off. Let's start the second half. Bulldogs lead 28-7. I would like to get the defense get a good stop, and that's the other reason I'd like to see them run the second half. Just a good mix it in, but I think we'll see more running, run the clock. We had a real fast first quarter. The second quarter kind of got a little jumbled in there, but be good to get out of here. And of course, you always want to hope injury-free as well for the Bulldogs. So look for a good, strong second half here.
That's why I wondered if Coronado might not only carry the football in the second half. Might mix it up.
Makes sense. Campos Huerta to kick off. Puts his leg into it. It's going to be returned from the 5-yard line to the 10, the 15, the 20, trying to get to the outside and hit hard again at about the 23 or 24-yard line. I think they'll give him the 24. That was 21 with the return, Kentrell Johnson. It will be at the 24-yard line where Lakeview starts their first drive of the second half.
Tate Lambright, number 23, putting a punishing shoulder.
Thank you for joining us on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMPN 95.9 FM. Snap back. I'm going to hand it off to Ramirez on the first play, and Ramirez goes backwards again. And now let's mark it at the 20, a loss of 4, just how we started the game. A lot of the penetration on the handoff, and Ramirez goes backwards, second 14.
Going backwards because Hal brought him backwards. Just a great job beating the offensive lineman and making the tackle.
Second and 14 from the 20, just underway in the third quarter here, homecoming night.
I believe, well, I'll talk about Hal's brother here in a second.
Alviso and quarterback to throw. Pump fake, middle of the field, intercepted, a great interception at the 29-yard line. Was that Williams? No, Pimentel. Pimentel from everywhere. Pimentel in the middle of the field dove for it. He was going to at least knock it down is what I thought was going to happen, but he catches it. Interception by Pimentel sets the Bulldogs up at the 29. What a great athletic play by Marcus Pimentel.
We've been wanting those defensive backs to step in front of the football for 2 years, and Marcus Pimentel does a great job of doing just that.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Lakeview 29-yard line. Murray in shotgun. Coronado to his left. Man goes in motion. That's Pimentel. Handed off to Marcus. Marcus on the sweep, looking for blockers. Cuts it inside, and he's going to pick up positive yards. He said, well, he intercepted it. I might as well get some yards on the offense. He gets down to the 22 or 23-yard line. Picked up 7 yards. They give him the 22.
Was going to
7-yard gain, sorry.
Well, we're going in a hurry.
In a hurry. Second and two. Murray gets it, hands it off to Coronado, looking for a little room, and he's pushed back. Going to be close to the first down. Not sure he got it because I think he only gets to the 20. Be third down and less than 1. Coronado with the gain of a yard and a half. Third and short. Murray, Coronado to his left. 2 receivers to the right on 3rd and 1. Handed off to Coronado again. He has to avoid a tackler. He'll get the first down. Cuts it inside at the 10. Lowers the shoulder to the 7. 13-yard gain. 13-yard gain by Coronado. And that'll make it 1st and goal. It picks up the first down. I think mark it at the 8, 12-yard gain. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. Bulldogs get the interception, now trying to put it in the end zone. Coronado to the right of Murray. Trip receivers to the left. 1st and goal from the 8. Murray gets the snap. Hands it off to Coronado on the left side. He's got to get around the defender, and he is going to also get a penalty, I think, over there. Didn't get a block there, and then maybe a push in the back
Yeah,
more than a hold.
It was an illegal block, just trying to make a play.
One man got through. They had the wall set up except for one, and that's going to cost the Bulldogs.
Well, you know what the Bulldogs have been so good about tonight is making that first defender miss. Coronado has done it on 2 or 3 occasions.
Yes.
Stanford caught that pass of 19 yards, and then he made a great move and made the first guy miss. Just couldn't do it right there.
All right. So they move it back after the penalty to the 18-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from the 18. Murray sends a man in motion. That's Pimentel. Going to hand it off to Coronado up the middle, and he just had to fight, got a couple yards. So we missed a tackle there. Somebody came through and hit Coronado in the backfield, so he didn't have a chance. Let's see. They give him the 16, I believe, so a gain of 2. Bring up second and goal from the 16-yard line. Yep, that one defender, I think there was room to run after that, but the defender made the play there for Lakeview. Second and goal from the 16. Coronado to the right of Murray. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Stanford.
We like to throw that slant here.
They're going to hand it off to Coronado on the left side, and does he keep his feet? We are missing one block. They are bringing somebody. He's actually finally brought down inside the 15. But like we're going to have room, but one defender on those last 3 plays, and it's forced Coronado to try to get out of the way, and that time he slipped. They only gave him the 14-yard line, 2 more yards.
Yeah, I believe they're running a blitz just right off the inside defensive end. He's the one that's disrupting that play.
So third and goal from the 14-yard line. Got Murray at quarterback. Coronado to his left. 2 receivers to the right. To throw. Got a man open. It's Pimentel. And great catch. Touchdown Bulldogs. 14-yard pass from Rhett Murray to Marcus Pimentel for the touchdown. Bulldogs lead 34-7 with the extra point to come. It was a great pass, but Pimentel also had to get up and pull it in after he got over the defender. What a great play on third and goal from the 14 for the score.
It was impressive on both players' parts because the ball had to be thrown over the defender. And I'll tell you what, Marcus Pimentel is a football player.
And he's going to hold for the extra point. Snap is back. Hold is good. And the kick on the way. It's good. We're going to take a break. 35-7, the Bulldogs lead with 7:48 to go in the third quarter. Homecoming night 2024 on BTXSportsOnline.com. KMPN 95.9 FM.
Do you know the feeling of debilitating guilt and shame? We all feel guilt over something, but shame can attach to our soul and secretly become our identity. Have you endlessly tried to find ways to forget that shame? Come out of the dark and talk to someone that can help you discover that you are not alone. Jesus loves you. To find out how to get that freedom through a relationship with Jesus, call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or go to chataboutjesus.com to chat online.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. Got the interception, got the stop, got the touchdown on the offensive third and goal from the 14-yard touchdown pass. 35-7 Bulldogs.
Just an inch over the defender's hands. Just a perfect throw from Rhett Murray to Marcus Pimentel.
Pimentel all over that. Got the interception to start, so maybe fitting to get the touchdown pass on the other end. Works for me.
Yeah, really great 3 minutes from Marcus
that
Pimentel.
Interception was a great athletic.
Fantastic.
Bulldogs, Campos Huerta to kick off. Lines it up. Puts a leg into it, and this one will be returned from the 1-yard line to the 10. The 15, trying to get down the sideline, had a wall there.
Speed.
And knocked out of bounds hard, but they did have that one set up. And a good return going to give them maybe their best field position of the night. Let's see, their flags back here at the 20. So this looks to be coming back. Campos Huerta made that tackle. It was a pretty hard hit.
Well,
and Campos Huerta's a big young man.
I was about to say that.
I'm having him in a class, and
he could double as a defensive lineman after that hit.
I like his kicking, but, his kicking's been great, been a real find. But that was a big hit.
Yeah, there should be a hold on number 4.
So this is going to come back. Coach Messer. I should have known that would. We had to talk about Bears, and I'm going to have nightmares. Thanks, Coach Messer. All right, so it moves it back to is it the 10 or the 9? It looks like to be at the 9-yard line where Lakeview will start. Snap back. They hand it off to Ramirez. He's looking for space. It closes down quickly. I did start it at the 10. He maybe gained 1 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from their own 11. 7:23 counting third quarter, 35-7 Bulldogs.
Yeah, Mark, our defensive line is really just their offensive line is really no match for our guys. We're just getting penetration through there every time and being able to hold off their blocks and make tackles.
I think they're going to try that deep pass to this left side. Snap back. Nope. They hand it off again. And a little space. He was able to kind of weave his way through. I believe that was Ramirez again.
Yeah, that was a good run.
No, it's 12 that
12.
time. That was Rios, Isaiah Rios. And he gets it up to about the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 6. It will bring up 3rd down and 3. So they've run it a couple of times here. Pistol formation. Alviso in shotgun. Rios behind it. Bad snap. It's on the ground, and as you said, they've had trouble all night. Let's see who comes up with it. Bulldogs say they do, and they do. Another turnover. The snap never got back to the quarterback, and the Bulldogs will take over. I didn't see who came up with it, but, again, Bulldogs already in the backfield once that snap's on the ground, and they take over at the 16-yard line.
Well, Mark, we watched their center in pregame and kind of thought maybe he would have a little trouble moving some, but he's struggled to snapping the ball. I believe Holden Valdez is one who came up with that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bulldogs started, so they started these drives at in Lakeview territory, the 29 and now the 16 in the second half. Interception and now fumble. Murray in shotgun. Coronado to his right. Snap back, and it's going to be as Pimentel. He pitches it to Stanford. He's got a block outside the 5. Colt Stanford with a 16-yard touchdown run. Bulldogs lead 41-7 with the extra point to come. It was Pimentel at quarterback. When I saw him run, I knew it was Pimentel. He goes to the right side. Colt Stanford's, who lined up wide right, comes the other way, pitches it to him. Had one block down the field, if you can see who did that, to make sure that he was free. And Stanford takes it in from 16 yards out. Extra point, snap is good, hold is good. It is on the way, and we're going to keep it here. It's good. Campos Huerta with the extra point makes it 42-7, but that was a 16-yard touchdown run to Colt Stanford.
It looks like Alejandro Ochoa
Yes.
in there at one of the running backs.
Thank you.
If I remember right. And
I think that sounds right.
Really just rode his man all the way back, and that young defender had no chance against Ochoa. Just a strong football player.
So that goes as a run. It was the reverse, but Pimentel carried it to the right, and everybody bit, and Stanford again able to carry it in from 16 yards out.
Well, the Bulldogs have capitalized on the Lakeview mistakes, and Lakeview's made plenty of them for us to be able to open up this 42-7 advantage.
Great third quarter, exactly what you wanted. Lakeview did hang around. We scored that late one in the first half, but now really putting it down. Exactly what you want to do is just shut it down, and great third quarter for the Bulldogs. Campos Huerta, and I certainly don't want to jinx it, so I'll try not to, but we've hit every extra point too.
Yeah.
And
I'm telling you, I've been thoroughly impressed with Campos Huerta. And you have him in class? Marco is his name? Yeah. He's been a consistent weapon for the Bulldogs ever since they pulled him up.
And he's to kick off here. 6:21 to go. This one a little higher, shorter kick. Gonna bounce, stay in bounds. Picked up at the 10. And they don't want any part of it. That one held up when 21. That was Johnson. And by the time he had to pick it up, because it stayed in bounds, he knew he was in some trouble when got hit hard at about the 12-yard line.
Well, I'd like to find out if he missed that ball, if that was a mistake, or if that was on purpose. Because if he can place the ball like that, that goes back to, we haven't had a kicker like that really since Austin Huff could place it wherever he wanted to put it or kick it out of the end zone. And if we had that would really add to what we could do on the kickoffs.
Alviso at quarterback, pistol formation. Going to hand it off to Rios, who's hit hard. Got back
8
to the
Bulldogs.
a lot more green there. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. They give him. Well, they gave him a yard, I guess, to the 13. Second down and a long 9. 5:51 counting third quarter. 42-7 Bulldogs. Homecoming 2024. Pistol formation with Alviso. Snap back. You're going to hand it off. Again, Rios tries to dive ahead. Does pick up a couple of yards to maybe the 14-yard line. Gain of 1. Bring up third down and long. 3rd and 7 or 8. Call it 8. 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for the Chiefs. Alviso looks to the sideline. Rios the back in the backfield, 3rd and long. Alviso hands it off again, and he runs right into one of the big defensive linemen for the Bulldogs. And Rios is taking down maybe another yard or 2. Gets it to the 16-yard line. Bring up 4th down, 4th and 7, and they'll bring the punting unit on. So they haven't even tried the deep pass.
No, they haven't. That's strange.
And that it might be they just
don't want the
want
clock to stop.
Get hit.
Well, I was going to say I've got a lot of respect for Rios. He's back there, and I don't know that I'd want to be the running back.
Yeah, I agree.
Tonight,
he's he's the punter too.
He is the punter.
I have to run somebody on late, and they're not going to get the playoff.
My goodness.
Oh, so he did get it off, and so I think he was expecting a penalty. The punter. Bulldogs need to get away from that football, and nobody blows the whistle as it went to 0. We though stopped. We had somebody in the backfield. And that's probably fortunate for everybody involved to not hit him because who knows what that could have caused. But he kicks it away. It's a short kick in the end because it goes – the Bulldogs get the punt, and they'll start at the Lakeview 40. So they've started all 3 drives in this third quarter on the Lakeview side of the field.
Well, I really think that that's a 42-7 no call from the officials, but Rios was expecting it.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Murray. Nope, it's not Murray. And the snap is picked up and then thrown out in the flat, completed. And it's going to be a 1st down, and I've got to make sure. So Charles Edwards is in at quarterback, and he throws to Cason O'Hare, 1-2. We got a flag over here.
That was a nice play from Edwards to pick that up.
And unfortunately, illegal man downfield because of all that. So, Edwards, the snap kind of bounces. Looked like a good basketball play. And he picks it up, then throws it to O'Hare, but it'll come back.
Yeah, I think it was a little off-center from Edwards and went to his left, and he just missed it. But, I've seen – Edwards has played a little bit of quarterback, and he's a good athlete. He picks that up, scrambles about 3 or 4 yards, and finds an open O'Hare. But it's not going to stand.
1st and 15 back at the 45-yard line now. Edwards in shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Kasner breaks the tackle. Kasner, his first carry of the night, is going to go for a nice gain down to about the 37-yard line. Call it 8 yards.
So now you're going to see kind of a power game from Kastner.
And we're going to have an official timeout. We'll keep it here. It's one of the Lakeview Chiefs.
That might have been the Lakeview Chief that tried to tackle Chris Kastner.
So his first carry goes for 8. Yeah, as you said, now mixing it up, and might seem the last of Coronado carrying the ball tonight. It's now 42-7, and this is an opportunity to get some other playing time in there, but also you are protecting against hopefully some injury. The Bulldogs, and there's just no way around it. They've got to play people on both sides of the ball, and but you're always looking for that help where you can. So again, one of the Lakeview players, he's going to walk a little help, but fortunately he's walking to his own sideline with their trainers. So stoppage of play here.
Good to see that young man get up.
Yes.
He was the one that tried to tackle. 50 was the one that tried to tackle Kastner. Just got the bad end of that deal.
So after that, it's second down. It should be second down and about 8. The ball's at the Lakeview 37. Again, Charles Edwards in at quarterback. Now we're ready for play. Clock starts back up here in the third quarter. Edwards snap back and can't hold it, picks it up. Now he rolls, and then he throws it, and looks like he was out of the tackle box and past the line of scrimmage, so no grounding, I believe.
Completed to Williams, though, who was standing 5 yards out of bounds.
They say there is a flag on the play from the other side, but that's the other side, so I don't think that would be grounding. I'm waving it off. So Coach Kaiser waves back. Edwards right now but he has taken a few snaps, but right now a little misconnection between the center and him. And it could be, with not a lot of reps, even just kind of taking your eye off the ball or something. This is a good chance for him to get some of those. It's third down and 7. He's going to roll to his left. He sets up, throws, and incomplete. That one kind of died on him as I think he had 2 receivers down that way, and he was rolling to his left. It's incomplete. It'll bring up a fourth down, 4th and 7 from the 37.
They like to roll him out and on most of his throws. Well, and some of them have been mistakes with dropping the snap.
Right.
But he's a good athlete. He's got a decent arm, and he's only going to get better.
And they're bringing Murray back in. I'm not sure this isn't a quick kick situation. Let's see if the Bulldogs try to go for it. They are at the 37-yard line. Kastner in the backfield with Murray on 4th and 7. Murray is going to throw. Throws it in the middle of the field, incomplete. And trying to get it to Stanford. It will be a turnover on down. So tried to pick it up, couldn't. And that will be Lakeview's ball at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, it's 42-7, but there's still a lot of football left.
Yes.
We've got an entire quarter to play, so I can understand Bulldogs wanting to pick up that first down and continue the drive. You still got things to work out. Maybe you'd like to see a long field goal in a game situation.
1st and 10 for Lakeview. Alviso in shotgun, swings it out, and he gets it complete, and then it's going to be a big play to Francisco Ramirez down the sideline inside the 30, and it almost was picked off. Was that a linebacker or defensive lineman came through, and it kind of went through his hands or mistimed the jump. Could have been taken or knocked down, but it gets to Ramirez, then he turns it into a big play down the sideline. They get him out at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Burnett 25 quickly. Going to hand it off to Rios. Rios is going to pick up a few positive yards, 2 or 3. So, almost, but couldn't quite do it.
That was Peyton Lopez. I thought, oh, my goodness, if he intercepts that on a screen pass, that would be impressive.
It's at the 22. That was a great gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Alviso to throw. Look into the middle of the field towards the end zone. He has a man at the 2, and he's down at the 1. It was Ramirez. Ramirez makes the catch. First and goal at the 1, even inside the 1.
Hit hard again. The Bulldogs are continuing to hit hard, but the Chiefs get it down to the 1. Now, they've had it here before.
Alviso, Rios behind him. First and goal from inside the 1. Sends a man in motion. Snap is high, but he gets it off to Rios, but Rios can't get in and might have lost a yard again. The penetration excellent by the Bulldogs. Yeah, he loses maybe 2 yards back to the 3.
Adler gearing in on the tackle along with a couple of other Bulldogs.
That high snap started it. Once that happened, the Bulldogs.
It throws your timing off so much when the snap's not on
2
time.
minutes. Sorry.
And on target.
Left in the third quarter. Alviso, Rios to his left to throw. And the slant. I don't see a signal.
No, I think that hit the ground.
I think so, too. Incomplete.
Whoa, he's calling it a touchdown.
They've got it as a touchdown. Wow, it took a long time to get that call, but they say it is a 1-yard touchdown pass. 1-yard touchdown pass. Again, swinging gate. Now they line up in regular kicking formation. I think it was DeJuan. I'm not sure who
It was
caught
one. Yeah, it was
Ramirez,
but
from Alviso.
That was a nice catch. If he caught that ball, it was low. Quarterback put it right where it needed to, and it was a nice catch.
Extra point. Hold is good, and kick is on the way, and it is good. We'll go ahead and take a break here. With 1:45 to go in the third quarter, and you score the Bulldogs 42. The Lakeview Chiefs 14 on BTX Sports Online, KMPN 95.9 FM.
This is Seeking Him with Nancy DeMoss Wagelmuth. Please leave your question at the tone.
My friend is talking about leaving her husband again. She wants my advice, but I just don't know what to say. Who am I to tell her what to do?
It can be hard to know what to say to someone who's hurting or confused or struggling about what to do. But the truth is, they don't really need our advice. They need to know what God says in His Word. The Word of God is alive and powerful. It's medicine for troubled hearts and minds. Psalm 119 describes it as a lamp to our feet and a light for our paths. Whatever our need, whatever our circumstances, the Word of God is sufficient. By getting into the Scripture, you'll gain wisdom for life's toughest situations, and you'll be ready to help others who are seeking the truth. With Seeking Him, I'm Nancy DeMoss Wagelmuth.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. It's 42-14 to onside kick it.
They tried last time where they had a little trickery and kicked the pooch kick, but we'll see.
Do appreciate you joining us wherever it may be. Final game before district. Bulldogs looking good to go into district play at 4-2. A little bit more than a quarter to go. Take care of business. Bulldogs kind of checking here. They got some more a little closer to that line of 10 yards. And they do onside kick it and into the hands of, who did that, 52? It looked like
Colt Johnson.
Good job.
Colt's missed a couple of weeks, but he's back. I guess he played last week and made some huge tackles and big play there.
Yeah, that bounced, and, you know, linemen aren't always supposed to be able to make that catch, but he got it. So, 1st and 10, it does give the ball to the Bulldogs good field position. They will start at their own 48-yard line. Minute 45 to go, third quarter, 42-14 Bulldogs. See that Edwards back in at quarterback? Yes. I believe so. Snap back. I'm going to hand it off to Kasner, and he was hit immediately in the backfield, but he's still trying to blow the whistle. I don't want the ball to come out. You kind of get moving sideways. They had somebody, again, that blitz, and I think it was number 20 for them. Is that Damian Luna came in and hit him immediately. It'd be 2nd and 10, no gain.
Strong run, though, by Kastner. He's never going to quit.
He never actually was tackled, but They did stop the momentum. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Edwards at quarterback. Kasner to his left. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He goes in motion. Going to hand it off to him on the sweep, looking for a block and a good job of lowering the shoulder. That is Cohen Jorpwind, and I haven't called his name a lot, so it's good to be able to. And Jorpwind gets it past midfield to the 46-yard line, 47-yard line on the Lakeview side. A gain of 5, 3rd and 5.
Ducked his shoulder and pretty much punished Isaac Monreal, number 8, for a couple of more yards.
3rd and 5 from the Lakeview 47-yard line. Under 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Laidler in the backfield with Edwards. Snap back, going to hand it off to Laidler, and he kind of works his way for a couple of yards, but not much space there. That should take us. He gets right to midfield. I'm sorry, to the 45-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll bring up 4th down, but we will go to the 4th quarter. Homecoming 2024, the Bulldogs 42, the Lakeview Chiefs 14 on BTXSportsOnline.com, KMPN 95.9 FM.
A swimmer was caught in a strong current and close to drowning. Suddenly, a life jacket was thrown within reach. He grabbed the life jacket and it saved his life. Sometimes we feel like we're drowning in the problems of life. Maybe it's financial, marital, or job related. Where can we find hope? Jesus is our rescuer and wants us to reach out to him. Learn more. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. It'll be 4th down. It is short, 4th and about 3. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here. They went for it on that last 4th down.
Not really in a great place to go for it.
The only thing that it gave them a bit of a short field that they were able to turn into that score.
I say we try a field goal.
No, we're not trying to field goal from the 45. Now let's see what we do.
Let's test his
Coronado is back in. Is Coronado in direct snap?
He looks like it to me.
Coronado.
No, it's 8. It's Prather.
Prather.
No,
it's 88. And he's going to run it on the right side, and he has a hole, and he just broke through a tackle all the way. Brian Johnson takes it in from 45 yards out. Brian Johnson, with the lead block by Coronado, goes in for a 45-yard touchdown run. Bulldogs lead 48-14. Yes, I had to double-check the name. At first thought it was an 8, then 88, and he is a big back. And Coronado opened it up for him, and nobody touched him. He showed good speed as well.
He's a fast back. You don't often see number 88 run from the quarterback position.
Snap is back. Hold is good. Kick on the way. It's good, and we're going to keep it here because we just started the 4th quarter. On 4th down, do they go for it? Yes, a direct snap as Brian Johnson was in at quarterback, a sophomore. And he takes it in 45 yards out and was really never touched.
No, he wasn't. He
wasn't touched,
and
was
he's listed as a quarterback, so there's your 3rd-string quarterback, number 88, showing a great deal of speed. Great play. You know, Marcus Pimentel, credit to him. The snap was there, but it was kind of, well, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, on the extra point, it was a little bit low, and Marcus was able to get control of it and put
That's
it down.
good because I didn't want to jinx that, the fact that we made every extra point, because I'm the one who said that. So that is a 45-yard run by Brian Johnson. That I wasn't expecting.
No, I wasn't either.
Because at first I thought Coronado was going to get this. He was the lead blocker all the way. Well, he turned that corner, 88. He is wide at the shoulder pads, too. He's a big kid, and he turned on the speed.
He did, and split the defenders quite nicely. And he is fired up. Marcus is fired up on the sideline over there. 88.
So 45 yards. His first touchdown, I'm saying, as a varsity player.
I think it's his first carry, isn't it? I don't remember him carrying the football.
I think so. This is a high pooch kick. Bounces at the 20. Picked up there. And got a little bit out of it and hit hard, though, again. And Kentrell Johnson carries it up to the 29-yard line. 45-yard touchdown run. Exciting play there for Johnson and the Bulldogs. That's one you remember your first varsity touchdown.
No doubt. No doubt.
11:44 to go in the game. Lakeview will be at their 29. 49-14 Bulldogs.
May see a lot of straightforward plays from here on out with some subs in and maybe not giving away any trick plays.
Alviso at quarterback. Rios in the backfield. High snap. He rolls. Alviso still with it and pays a price again. He'll get past the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Picks up almost 5 on the play. Clock runs at 11:27 here in the ball game. Bulldogs on the road next week. District opener in Marble Falls. Travel to meet the Mustangs. 2nd down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Alviso waits for the snap, has it. Looks to throw out in the flat and incomplete. Had coverage over there. It'll be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5.
You know, Mark, Lakeview still has another non-district game against Brownfield, but then they start district on the 25th.
They're in the playoffs.
And they have made the playoffs already. Pecos, Big Spring, and Andrews are the other 3 district opponents.
Only 4 teams in that district. Snap back, handed off to Rios, and pushes forward. They get pretty near the first down. I think they're fighting for it afterwards, but looked like. Let's see where they end up marking this. Did not give them the first down, so it's at the 37-yard line, a gain of 3, 38-yard line, we'll call it. 4th down and 1. Alviso in shotgun. On 4th and 1, he looks to the sideline. Clock is running. 10:35 to go in the ball game. Alviso waits, snap, hands it off, and he's hit, but I think Rios is able to push forward. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but pushes forward to the 40, gets 2 yards and the first down for Lakeview. They keep the chains moving.
Number 33, Gehring, was the first one to meet him. Hit him hard, but like you said, he drug him for a couple of yards.
1st and 10 for Lakeview. Alviso waits the snap. He's going to throw. He's going to be in pursuit, but he pulls it down and had some space, and he'll run out of bounds. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Very close to it. See, they say yes. And he gets, well, where they marked it, I don't think it was a first down, but they did give him the first down at the 49-yard line.
The effort was there, and he did a really good job of getting away from Lopez, who was chasing him from the backside.
But we were at the 40-yard line. It was a yard short. But they say it's 2nd down. I'm sorry. They had it right. And then they hand it off, and he's not going to get the first down. Okay, so they hadn't given him the first down. They were right. I was wrong. And no gain on 2nd down. So still at the 49. Good surge there by the Bulldogs. 3rd and 1. Still need to get to the 50.
I know the Bulldogs would like to pitch a shutout from this point on and not allow any more points.
Under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Snap back. It's high. And it's on the ground now as he tries to make the handoff. So won't get the first down, obviously. They do keep the ball, but it goes back to the 46-yard line, a loss of 3. And as you said, that they can't get in any kind of rhythm when, the snap, so many just every direction.
And I'm thinking from a coaching standpoint, that's got to be frustrating because that's what starts the play, and if you can't get it.
4th down, going to pass out in the flat, and it catch is made for the first down. Past midfield. They get it to number 11. That's White, Braylon White, to the 47-yard line. So they do convert a fourth down.
But if the snap is consistently your
Absolutely.
Achilles heel, then you can continue to practice and get it better.
1st and 10. It was high. Snap. Give it to Rios, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No more. Clock runs now 8:35. Fourth quarter, 49-14 Bulldogs.
Did get a volleyball update.
Thank you.
Freshman JV both win. Varsity loses to Gateway, who is a really solid volleyball team from what I understand.
And then a big throw downfield, but nowhere close. So thank you for that, sharing that.
So you have district volleyball going on. I mentioned earlier, Tuesday is district cross country. Bulldogs had a really good showing last Saturday at Marble Falls at the preview of the district meet. So looking for good things from the cross country teams.
3rd down and 10. Gonna throw. Pressure comes, and he's not gonna get away from it. Alviso is taken down in the backfield.
Demetrius Taliaferro again.
All the way back to the 49 on the Lakeview side of the field. Loss of 4. And then we got timeout. We're going to keep it here. Timeout. We are at the top of the hour. You're listening to Burnett Bulldog Football on KMPN Burnett. All right, so 7:59 to go in the game, 49-14. Just now we can start looking a little bit ahead. Next week, and we said it, big game, but now it gets bigger because it's closer and we're on the road and got to take care of business. We have played 3 really good ball games, but that can feel sour to you if you don't have that good start to district against Marble Falls.
You got to go to the Purple Palace and play on the road and against your cross-county rival. So from what I've seen from this Bulldog team, they appear to be putting things together just in time for district. They've done some really good things. I think if they can go back and figure out how to clean up that second quarter and other, at times we've seen, just mental mistakes, the little mistakes that tend to hamper their drives and really maybe opening up the game, and they've done that. It's 49-14, but the first half it wasn't like that. So I think if they can clean those things up, they're gonna be magnified in a district game.
Absolutely. 4th down and long, 4th and 14. Alviso gets the snap, gonna throw. Well, our left side catch is made. I don't even know. They give him the catch, but it won't matter. Good hit knocks him out of bounds, and it's short of the first down. So it takes it out at the 39, and that'll be a turnover on down. So they did get the completion, but Burnett will start at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, it was a really good job over there by, I think that is Sanchez or Prather. I couldn't tell which, but just kept him in front of him and didn't allow him to get the first down.
7:53 to go in the game, 49-14 Bulldogs.
Well, I see Williams coming from that spot. It might have been Williams. He's still in there at cornerback.
So it is, again, Charles Edwards at quarterback. I believe that's Laidler in the backfield with him. It is. To his left. Trip receivers to the left. Edwards gets the snap. Going to swing it out to Laidler. Makes the catch. Got a blocker. 40, the 50. On the sideline, splits the defenders, 30. It's going to be a touchdown, but it's going to come back. Laidler takes it in from 61 yards on the swing pass, but going to have some kind of hold or illegal block on the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Yeah.
It all looked good as the swing pass, and he split the defenders and showed his speed. And I wanted to get more excited, but I saw a lot of yellow.
Well,
and it is coming back.
It was on the receiver, number 2, Cason O'Hara, and he really didn't have to, Mark. Laidler was going to be gone, regardless of his block. He just needed to let him go.
So that
he'll see that one tomorrow in the film and
you
he'll
learn from it.
correct that mistake.
Now, it was a spot foul, so what I think it's going to be is something you don't see very often, 1st down and 3. It's at the 47. Bulldogs have it 1st and 3 after the penalty. Edwards, low snap, going to hand it off in the backfield. That's somebody else in there, so let's see.
That's Lopez.
Is that Lopez? Yes, who has carried it throughout season. Peyton Lopez, though, he is pushed back to the 45-yard line. So that was a loss of 2 to bring up 2nd down and about 4.
Well, there's the Bulldogs version of a low snap, which throws the timing of the play off, and you lose 2 yards on that.
2nd down and 4 from the 45-yard line. Edwards, snap, going to hand it up to Lopez. He has a hole on the outside, bounces it down the sideline. Going to get the 1st down and more, and he's tackled inside the 35-yard line, about the 33-yard line. And that's a 22-yard gain for Lopez. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for the Bulldogs. 49-14 our score, been all Bulldogs. Even more so in the second half. It was a strong lead in the first, and they have continued that. 1st and 10, Edwards. Going to hand it off to Lopez again. Little cut move. Going to have space up the middle. Still on his feet. Spun down inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. That's another 17 yards for Lopez. Be a 1st down.
Really like to see him tuck that ball away a little better.
It's at the Lakeview 17-yard line. Edwards looks to the sideline. Lopez to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's O'Hare. 1st and 10 at the 17. They hand it up on the delay. Lopez gets away from 1 defender, pulled down near the 10-yard line. I think we'll call it the 10. Gain of 7. That makes it 2nd down and 3. Maybe even a short 2.5 or short 3, long 2. 6 minutes to go in the game.
So a little more ball insecurity again as Edwards kind of fumbles the snap. But that time it worked out.
2nd down and 3 from the 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, short side of the field. Edwards to Lopez, up the middle, cuts inside the 5, still on his feet, and then stopped. I think they've stopped it at about the 2 or 3 yard line, 3-yard line. So that was a gain of 7. Will make it a 1st and goal. Lopez, I'm thinking he's going to get a couple of chances to score a touchdown if he needs more than 1. Lopez in the backfield with Edwards. 1st and goal from the 3. 5:05 to go in the ball game. 49-14 Bulldogs.
Well, the Chiefs have already given up more points than they have all year.
Snap back, handed off to Lopez on the left side. Can he get around the side? Stiff arms and
going to be
5. I think it's going to be a face mask on Lopez.
Maybe.
I think he might have. He tried the stiff arm, and that was a good tackle in space by Lakeview. But I'm thinking it might have been. It was a face mask against Lakeview, so he had grabbed it. Maybe that's good. I wasn't sure both that he was trying to stiff arm, and that might have been why. So
I've seen that a number of times over the last couple of weeks, and I think they allow the offensive player to get away with it as long as you don't hold on, as long as you don't pull it. But the defense is going to get called every time.
And they did. So it's going to be 1st and goal at inside the 1. So Lopez is going to get another chance. That would have been back to the 5. Instead, 1st and goal. Edwards. Man goes in motion. Snap is back. Handed off to Lopez, and he will take it in for a 1-yard touchdown run. Peyton Lopez takes it into the end zone for the Bulldogs from 1 yard out, makes it 55-14 with the extra point to come. Okay, this is where my jinx better not come in. We've been perfect on extra points. I've said it earlier, and he has been outstanding, so let's keep that going here. Campus worked on. Who's snapping on the deep snap on? The snap is back, and I did it. Pimentel bounces through his hands. He's going to throw it for a 2-point conversion. It's good. He gets it to Lopez. We get 2 points out of it, but I'm sorry, Campos Huerta. So it goes as a 2-point conversion from Pimentel to Lopez. And so Lopez gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We're keeping it here 57-14. It's been that kind of night, even when it goes wrong, though, like the interception tumbled touchdown. It has been the Bulldogs' night on homecoming.
Well, Marcus threw that ball a good 20 yards, 25 yards into the end zone on a very accurate pass and had to throw it over a defender. So, having your backup quarterback hold the snap is always a good idea, and it pays off for the Bulldogs.
Okay, and we're not, because that net was not a bad kick. It never got to the kick. It was the hold, went through the hands, whatever it may be. We're not, that does not count. My jinx is just off. No,
that's
and we scored 2.
Right. You can't jinx it if you score more points than you should have.
I don't know if that's true, but I need to keep my big mouth shut is what I'm trying to do. So it's 57-14 with 4:36 to go. As soon as I saw it go through his hands, I was like, yep, it's me. But a nice job by Pimentel finding Lopez.
Wow, that's our 8th touchdown of the night?
Yes.
Goodness.
57-14 our score.
Explosion on offense.
4:36 to go in the game. And that did go as a 1-yard run originally. Kickoff here is short. Return from the 15-yard line to the 20, 25, about to the 27-yard line where return man is swarmed by the Bulldogs.
Mark, I wonder if they're, obviously I think they're doing that on purpose, having him kick it. And that can be just as strategic and effective as kicking it out of the end zone if you can kick it high enough and get your coverage down there.
Absolutely.
And allow, not allow the guy to get very far. And so
especially
that's
a team with a really good return. You can take that away from them, force them into doing something else. And especially if you can do it where you're keeping it in bounds in that area where they're going to have to come get it, that it's a huge weapon, and we have seen that.
Yeah,
so
and
I do think that's exactly what they're trying to look at.
And I like the fact they're letting him try that and, feeling it out and seeing what he can do in the game.
He has got to kick off a lot tonight, so this is a good time to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so they start at the 28-yard line. Does the Chiefs do the Chiefs? I think you're the English person, English teacher. So
Well, I used to be.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but it's always in you. All right.
I've got something to say about
snap. Hand off to Rios. Not much there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 4:22 clock runs. 57-14 Bulldogs lead.
I was thinking the other day that I've spent 23 years here and 33 years total. Not all those in English, but trying to teach kids how to write papers and summarize and all those things that you do in English. And now kids can just get on the computer and have ChatGPT do it for them.
Snap back to throw out in the flat. Catch is made and then taken out of bounds. Ramirez with the catch. You're right. I think the world has passed us by. I'm not sure they couldn't they could just put it and make them broadcast. You and I did.
Oh, don't say that. Don't give him that.
Oh, not nearly as funny as us. 3rd down and 2. They're at the ball.
We might not
36.
be back next week.
You get the AI can do it. Snap back. Hand off to Rios. And he moves ahead. They give him the first down. They do. They give him the first down at the 38.
Let's see what Messer comes up with on that conversation, if he's still awake.
You know what? I hope he AIs it. That's what I want him to do. All right. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. 3 minutes to go in the game. Alviso. Snap, low snap. It's on the ground. He picks it up, and then he is knocked down again. Goodness gracious, it has been difficult for him. All the way back to the 29-yard line, which will make it 2nd down and 20. Almost. Ball
They
back.
have struggled to get a play going. You know, and I think that's kind of thrown off their passing game tonight, too. Thank you, Mr. Munsterman, with that confident vote.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He is going to throw. Left side of the field, and good coverage over there. Incomplete pass.
That was just up for grabs.
We do appreciate that, Mr. Munsterman. Thank you. 3rd and long.
Well, we could do like the longshoremen and go on strike. Wasn't that one of their demands, that they are never replaced by?
I don't think I've been keeping up with the news enough. I know. Wow, this has gotten like all of a sudden CNN. Third long.
No,
Third
it's
long.
not.
3rd long to throw. Middle of the field, catch is made, and they had 2 receivers there, but White comes down with
Fumbled
it.
it.
Ball comes out at the end, and I believe it's going to be Burn It football. And for even what, yes, it is Burn It football. And I've lost count of the turnovers. And even when Lakeview, something positive has happened for them, because they had 2 receivers in the same place, they make the catch, but White is hit, and the Bulldogs have hit hard all night. And get another fumble and hopefully close this out. 1:56 to go. They'll start at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's the way Burnett plays. Even if something happens in favor of the other team, we chase it down. We continue to play hard
tonight, yeah.
And that made all the difference in the world right there.
Oh, and it does, and it will through district, and no doubt about that. 57-14, Bulldogs trying to run the last 1:56 off the clock.
Well,
Laidler in the backfield with Edwards.
Should just be able to run it at once and kneel it a couple of times.
Edwards, snap, hands it to Laidler. Pushes his way up to midfield, just past midfield to the 49-yard line on the Lakeview side of the field. A gain of 4. Almost 5. We'll call it 5. Give him that's almost, looks 6.
Looks like 6.
I'll give him 6.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. 2nd down and 4. You give him 6 because it was, just because I said it was wrong. I like Bruce even and making some humorous AI jokes. Appreciate that. We need it. 2nd down and 4. Handoff to Lopez, and he gets away from the defender, still on his feet, and he's going to get the 1st down. That's a strong run. Lopez had a big 4th quarter, and it is a 1st down.
Lost his shoe on that one.
35-yard line.
The clock's running. That should end it right there. Just.
Well, I think that was a 14-yard gain as it ended up, I believe, to give you those stats. We are closing down it in. 45 seconds to go in the game. 1st and 10 from the 35. It looks like the victory formation. It is. Is that Murray back in there taking it, or?
I believe
look like
so.
Edwards.
Yeah, that's Murray.
Snap, or is it Pimentel? Snap
No,
back.
Pimentel's right beside
okay,
him.
so Pimentel and Murray. But Murray takes the snap, takes the knee, and that will do it. We'll land the last 22 seconds off to let you know. Bruce down the line. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll do a little wrap up, and then we'll send it on down with our closing to you. 13 seconds left in the ball game. Bulldogs will not have to take another snap. And a good homecoming night for the Bulldogs. And there is the final horn. The Bulldogs defeat the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs 57-14. We do appreciate you joining us. We're going to take this break. We'll come back and give you the stats and wrap it up here on Homecoming 2024. Bulldogs 57, Chiefs 14 on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMPN 95.9 FM.
This is Word to the Wise with Dr. William Blocker, president of the College of Biblical Studies.
If someone asks you, what is grace, how would you answer? Unmerited favor? God's riches at Christ's expense? What about the question, who is grace? Titus 2:11 reads, "For the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all men." And then in chapter 3, verse 4, "But when the kindness of God our Savior and his love for mankind appeared," who or what is Paul talking about? Here is a word to the wise. Jesus Christ is the grace, kindness, and love of God incarnate. And grace compels those who know Christ to praise him, love him, and follow him.
Word to the Wise is a service of the College of Biblical Studies. Did you know we offer online programs designed to fit your schedule? Learn more at 713-77-BIBLE or cbshouston.edu.
It's Mark Edmondson, Roy Kaiser back with you live. The happy final score, 57-14 of Bulldogs. It was 28-7. They'd scored that late one in the first quarter, but really dominant second half. It was a great first half, but to really put it down, put the pedal to it, also got some players in. Just great to see him really finish hitting hard all the way through it, running hard, even when you had some subs come in. Just a great homecoming victory here tonight, 57-14.
Yeah, they did justice to the homecoming night, and a good team win. Half the roster touched the ball in some way and is involved in the stat sheet tonight. But the main guys tonight, Murray, 8 of 18 for 127 and 1 touchdown. Through the air, you've got the leading receiver with Stanford, 3 catches for 47 yards. Pimentel, 2 catches for 28 with a touchdown. Howell, 1 catch, but it's a touchdown. Williams, 2 catches for 19. And O'Hare, 1 for 18. Coronado, 1 for 14. On the ground, though, gave the ball to a lot of people, but Coronado does the most work, 16 carries for 226 yards and 2 touchdowns. You have Lopez, 6 carries for 59 and a touchdown. Pimentel, 3 carries for 10 and a touchdown. Laidler, 2 for 8. Kastner, 2 for 8. And then you go down here. We got Stanford carrying the ball once, Jorplin once, Johnson 1 for 45. That was the big 45-yard touchdown. So just a fun night tonight, running the football, mixing in a few passes, and a dominating victory by the Bulldogs.
8 touchdowns by the Bulldogs. Just as you said, numbers all adding up. One of them on the after an interception, got the hit, fumble. I didn't have it exact, but in the second half, we had an interception and 2 fumble recoveries. So, again, the defense coming up strong. Yeah, you've got to just really love the hitting that you're seeing in the pursuit because it does matter. It's going to matter, obviously, but as now we get ready for district play, that need to put that kind of energy together. They have put together now in a series of games, and you love the points, but, they're not going to put up 57 points against Stephenville, and but as you look in the, I hope I'm wrong. I'm trying to jinx that, but
you've been wrong
either
once.
Yes, that's right. But my point is that that to me still starts with the defense. This team, it has set the pace. The offense definitely picking that up and needing to and continuing it, and we saw it where they went through a few mistakes. But that energy level to me right now, it started with the defense and it carries through. So, but that hitting and all those things is something that's going to be so crucial as we are now a week away from playing Marble Falls to start district
and
play.
I love the fact that Marble is the first district game, and we're on a little bit of hitting our stride right now and playing with a lot of confidence. So, huge game. I mean, you can look at every season and point to certain games as the big ones, and this is the one for the Bulldogs. Maybe make the playoffs with that win, maybe not, but you got to start out 1-0 if
yeah,
you want to chance
yeah, the
in this
different,
district.
yes, and Marble Falls. Let's just say it. I mean, we obviously they're thinking the exact same things, and it is going to make it really special because again, they have played some really good defense. If you look at their numbers, and being in Marble Falls, the rivalry. I mean, it's already just thinking about it. You look forward to games like that and getting a chance to, homecoming games it's awesome. This was an awesome week and a great victory, but still now to get a chance to go play, 10 miles down the road and see who makes the plays to win the game is just makes what Friday Night Lights to me is all about.
Yeah, I guarantee you the Bulldogs will play with a lot of energy and a lot of effort to go get a win on Friday night. And if I'm on TV, Mark, I'm not going to be on CNN.
Yes, well, I knew. See, but that was just
opposite.
Okay, Fox
that's
News.
enough. That's
all
enough.
Right,
that's enough.
All right. I'm not. It wasn't political in nature. It was just meant as a name. See, I couldn't say CBS. Anyway, all right, let's move on. I do appreciate everybody joining us. Really, again, this excellent week of homecoming. I'm going to make sure I mention this one time more before we go off the air. Homecoming King Rhett Murray had a great night on the field as well as the homecoming king, and Brooke Bowman, the homecoming queen 2024. So a lot of excitement capped off. And, Coach Spear said it in the game, our job is to win this game. For everything else, the focus still is everything comes down to it, and you lose homecoming game, then it takes – and they didn't, and they also did it with some style and won it 57-14.
No doubt.
Thanks to Chad Nelson, of course, BTXSportsOnline.com. Thanks to Bruce back at the station tonight with us, and we so appreciate KMPN. Of course, Roy Kaiser, thanks so much, doing a great job. It was a fun night, and next week we will go on the air at 7 with pregame 7:30 from Marble Falls as the Bulldogs start district play against the Marble Falls Mustangs. Our final homecoming 2024, the Burnett Bulldogs 57, the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs 14 on BTXSportsOnline.com and KMPN 95.9 FM. Thank you and good night.
And thanks for listening to tonight's special presentation of Burnett Bulldog High School Football at 95.9 FM, KMPN, Burnett. This game has been produced exclusively through Campanile of Marble Falls, which is celebrating over 70 years of camping ministry in the Marble Falls area, and the KHCB Network. We hope you'll join in next time for more of the action of Burnett High School football, brought to you by Mark Edmondson and Roy Kaiser. We now join our regular programming already in progress. Thanks for listening.